Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Friday, Junior. You feeling this vibe? At 9 a.m., you alive.
Come on now.
We about to thrive.
Tim Ross on Wide
And
Open.
not just survive. Y'all know how we get it. Y'all know Wide Open is the top ticket. We not silent like some crickets. But we are with the rickets. Is that even a word? It's absurd how I come through, leave all these enemies on curve. I can throw the fastball. Y'all know I got the freestyle for all of y'all. Some got the mitigated gall to try to come and stand before me real tall. But I humble them like real small. That's a warning for all of y'all. I rise with the sun. Y'all know I'm only worshiping the only one. Yeshua. Y'all know how he do a sinner like me. Name is Timothy. Middle initial C. Last name Ross. Paid the cost to be the boss. Sat in a chair and got my therapy. And now I sit with you. Are you hearing me? Please don't blur the lines. Y'all know Juliet is 5'4" and fine.
Okay.
My whole thing is sublime. It's real smooth, vintage like wine. My flow ain't like these real new dudes. I keep it real old, real smooth. And if y'all don't like it, I'm just a quarterback. Y'all hike it. Go long. I can do any song. Sober, no bong. It's the song that I write. It's the song that I like. The only thing these other little rappers can do is bite.
Okay.
But they got baby teeth. I put them all to sleep. There, little baby, don't go crazy. I'm not lazy, but you know God pays me. But these Sundays raise me. Y'all know it's all gravy. Charles Edward Ross is the best father. All these spiritual fathers, why bother? Beef, slaughter. Y'all know I ain't got no daughters. Spiritually, though, I'm Papa Tim, or Basement Tim, or Daddy them, or T.O. Tim. I don't know, situations looking grim. All right, that was it.
That was amazing.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah. Give it
Yeah.
up for Tim Ross on Wide Open on a Thursday.
This is 2 minutes after the 9 o'clock hour. Good morning, Central Standard Time. It is 7:02 Pacific Standard Time. It is 10:02 Eastern Standard Time. Good morning, America.
Come on now.
We up in this thing, you know what I'm saying? And so we just chilling. And we want to give a very good afternoon, good evening, good night, and good rest of the day tomorrow to our people from all over the world. We are wide open. Vacaville, California's in the house. Columbus, Ohio's in the house. You already know they started the roll call without me. Columbia, South Carolina's in the house. Brazelton, Georgia's in the house. Germany's up in the house. Kansas City, Missouri's up in here. Y'all know these are regulars now.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Really are.
Trinidad and Tobago's up in the building. Y'all know. Toronto, Canada's in the building. The University of Texas, the whole university's in the building.
The whole universe.
Whole university came. No class today. Everybody's just listening to Wide Open for the next 3 hours. I don't think that'd be a bad deal for some of them.
It's a class.
Yeah, I
You
think
think
this
about
is a
it.
class.
Yeah.
It's kind of a class. For some, it's a master class, right?
Oh,
Orlando,
yeah.
Florida's in the building. Massachusetts, Topeka, Kansas. Columbus, Ohio, Bloomington, Minnesota, Orlando, Florida, Durham, Greensboro, Orlando, Colorado Springs, Moreno Valley, Salt Lake City, Florida, La Marque, Texas, El Paso, Texas, St. Lucia, Latham, New York, Bartonville, Texas, around the corner. Yes,
Go.
West getting close to the house. West gonna randomly wind up in my backyard. The way he be working. We just gonna look back there one day. West is gonna be back there waving.
In a bush.
Phone in his hand. In a bush. Just 2 squirrels on the shoulder. Oh my God. Greenville, South Carolina, what's popping? Yeah, y'all go ahead and like that thing. Shout out to 377 people in the chat already.
Come on.
Y'all know how to make a morning right. Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Gary, Indiana, Tontitown, Arkansas. Never heard of it.
Wow.
Tontitown. Wow. Brunswick, Georgia, Winter Haven, Florida, Red Oak, Texas, Pembroke Pines. My wife knows about that. Florida, San Fernando,
Tamaulipas, México.
Tamaulipas, México.
La raza.
Mi profesora hoy, esta mañana, le dice, she told me.
Me dijo.
Me dijo, she told me.
Ella me dijo.
Ella me dijo, vale, sí. Ella me dijo, estoy mejorando. Estoy mejorando en mis conversaciones. Todavía errores.
Sí, te falta practicar. That's okay. Es normal.
Y estoy mejorando.
Ajá, exactamente. Exactamente.
Yeah, we see it, dog.
Estoy contento.
Tengo
Estoy
pregunta. ¿Cómo
Sí.
se dice Germany en español? Because you said Germany during the roll call. It's a test. Sí. I think I have it right. I don't know.
Alemán.
Oh, close.
No, that's it.
Alemania? Alemania?
It's Alemania? No,
Alemania.
Alemania. Okay.
Alemania.
Well, either way, I'm
Alemania.
so proud.
It's dope.
German is alemán.
Yes.
I tripped out
Yes.
how,
No,
like,
you're right.
I'm like,
Germany.
how is it?
Oh.
ALEMN.
Deutschland.
It's like, how is that Germany?
Because those are people. Like Spanish is like, no, Spanish is not English.
That's good.
Alemán.
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 Is it not? It's not this.
Deutschland.
That's definitely German.
Oh, that's
Hey.
how you say it in German. That was,
I was like that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Hector's.
Susie said Germania. Germania. That's what I
Germany.
said. Just kidding.
Germania is crazy sauce. Germania is crazy
That's
sauce.
hilarious.
Alemania.
What up, Abby?
Alemania.
There's Abby
Abby's here.
in the chat.
Alemania. Sí. Me gusta, te gusto mucho. Te aprecio mucho, Abby. Abby es mi hermana por vida. Por
Amen.
vida.
Y la mía también.
Sí.
Love you, Abby.
Sí.
Tim, can we do a little?
Anybody
Spanish
messes with Abby, I'm stabbing them repeatedly.
I'm right behind
now.
you.
Yeah, I'm stabbing them
Yep.
repeatedly.
Right
Tim,
now.
can you tell me if you understand this? Let's do a little Spanish test, and here we go.
Tim, lo estás haciendo genial. Te amo, hermano. No nos
Aw.
olvides cuando seas famoso.
What did I say?
Gracias.
What did we say?
Repites, por favor.
Tim, lo estás haciendo genial. Te amo, hermano. No nos olvides cuando seas famoso.
Tim, you're really cool. Really nice, something like this. And then, repites
Tim,
otra
lo
vez.
estás haciendo genial. Te amo, hermano. No nos olvides
You're
cuando
my
seas
brother.
famoso.
And then like,
Tim, lo estás
w-
haciendo genial. Te amo, hermano. No nos olvides cuando seas famoso.
don't forget me when you're famous.
Because you're
I said-
doing a great
yeah.
job.
You're doing a great job.
I love you, brother.
I love you, brother.
Yeah,
Don't forget me when
exactly.
you're famous. Yeah. It's really hilarious.
We have a new segment. We have a new segment.
Yeah, we knew a new segment. Challenge Tim in Spanish. What the hell is happening here? I didn't ask for this damn segment.
Sorry.
Who's in control of these damn segments?
Everybody gets to learn Spanish, you know?
By the time we keep doing this wide open, everybody's gonna be bilingual.
There you go.
By default.
There you go.
Pero porque no hay subtítulos
Nope.
por
Nope.
nuestros conversaciones. Entonces, ellos tienen aprenden español. ¿Sí?
Están aprendiendo. Pues yeah.
Sí.
Sí.
Shout out to 5 Gifted from Koofman Gaming. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you.
He's gifting subs.
He gifted 5 memberships to 5 random people.
That's
in the
amazing.
chat.
That's beautiful. Hey, y'all are very kind people. Very, very kind people. Very, very
I
kind.
love this chat. They're so funny. Melina's asking word of the day in Spanish.
Oh, Spanish dictionary gives me that. Un momento, por favor.
And shout out to the 816 members, a part of the Upset the
Let's
World
go.
Studios universe. We love you guys.
Wow,
Let's
thank you.
go.
816.
816. Y'all can go enjoy that new episode we just dropped this Monday.
That's awesome.
Incredible.
That's fantastic.
Oh.
That's fantastic. Okay, the word of the day is ambiental.
Huh?
What is that?
Ambiental.
Ambiental?
Windy?
Ambiental.
I don't.
Can you spell it for me?
A M B I E N N
Mm-hmm.
T A L.
Ambiental. I don't.
Environmental?
See,
That's
What?
That's crazy.
you just looked it up, bro.
I looked it up. I don't know the word. That's why.
Word of the day. Everybody's supposed to guess. Hector's over here. Hey,
Cheating over
Google.
I'm sorry,
Hey, Gemini.
My bad.
Give me the etymology of ambiental.
Please forgive me. I got excited.
You're forgiven. You're forgiven.
It's all good, homie. It's all good. All right, let's get into some news, okay? Let's get into some news, okay? Let's get into some news, okay?
It's aggressive.
It is okay. We're gonna get into some news, okay? If you don't want to get into the news with me, okay? I'm gonna have you killed. I'm gonna have you and your friends killed.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
We got another 5 gets to sods by Potato. What
Let's
up, Potato?
go.
Potato.
Potato is dope.
Come on, starch.
Let's go, carbs.
Let's go, starch. Let's go, carbs.
Go French fries.
Let's go, carbs out here.
Potatoes in the chat.
Giving people members.
Right?
Put fries in the chat.
Potatoes in the chat.
Put fries
Coming
in the
up.
chat. Tim,
All
which
right.
one do you want to hit first?
You put up this first one. Let's hit this first one.
Okay, roger that.
All right. Tom Cruise to return to Cannes with Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. Here's all y'all need to know about this news story. Thank God it's the final reckoning.
For real. I'm with you, Tim. I'm with you.
Truth is, I'm tired
Same.
of seeing Tom trying to defuse all these damn bombs. There's no more missions
Oh
for you to do. We are so sick of you. Take off your clothes. Put
Oh.
all things down.
Amen.
We are tired of your chases all around these towns. Please, Tom, get in the bed.
What am I?
You're not Jackie Chan. Instead,
That part.
take me
that part.
to the movies. Just don't let me see Tom. My heart is broken. Don't want to see no more bombs. I'm tired of him doing his own stunts. I ain't got nothing else.
That was great.
I thought I was good though.
Mission.
that was
I
great.
thought it started good. I thought it started good. This is the only thing I want you to know. 3 years after flying into the Cannes Film Festival with Top Gun Maverick, Tom Cruise is returning to Croisset with Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. Organizers of the French festival announced Tuesday that Final Reckoning will screen out of competition at the 78th edition of the Cannes on May 14th ahead of its film's May 23rd release in theaters. Cruise, writer-director Christopher McQuarrie, and the cast will attend the screening at the Palais des Festivals. For Cruise, it will be his third time with a film in Cannes, but his first trip back after the eventful 2022 launch of Top Gun Maverick. Cruise was then given an honorary Palme d'Or. I don't know how to say it in French, but right?
Probably close.
So, this is all I want to say. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning has to be the final reckoning.
That part.
Please.
He has to go away.
That part.
The last film was. This is like the sequel to the last film. It was like a 2-parter, and I think that's when he drove off the mountain and parachuted or whatever.
Remember, we watched it in Australia together.
Yeah, we watched the
Yeah.
movie. It's got to stop. He has to stop.
It's like that annoying pimple that won't go away.
He needs to go away, and not like as an actor.
Right.
Put Mission Impossible down, dog.
Yes.
Just put it down. Like you've done everything, dude. There's nothing else to do. Now his enemies now is a freaking algorithm. Like there's nobody else to kill. There's nobody else to shoot. There's nobody else to arrest. You are now fighting an algorithm that's taken on a mind of its own. Get out of here. Huh? Quitting while you're ahead is not the same as quitting. Did you not see American Gangster? Good Lord, out of mercy.
Shout out Scientology.
Shout out to 611 people in the chat.
611.
Yeah, leave on top, man. I don't want you to have a flop Mission Impossible. We remember the good ones, man. And I'm not saying this was gonna flop, but if it does good, go out on a bang. Yeah. But Final Reckoning, don't come back, nigga, because if you do, we not gonna be here. Well, I can't speak for all of us. I won't be there. Let me not speak for you, me.
So let's say he does come back. What would you
if he
name
comes
it?
back?
Dap back? You gonna take the dap back?
I'm reversing my dap. I'll reverse the dap.
That's powerful.
You know what I'm saying?
That's powerful.
I'll literally reverse the dap. Yo.
That part.
Hey, you saying powerful makes me think about something. Let me give you a pet peeve right here.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
One of my pet peeves is when I go to church and they use again, I'm a wordsmith and I'm a literalist, right? And they use all of these words to describe the most mid stuff.
Could you give me an example?
Absolutely. You don't want to miss next week because it's going to be epic. No, it's not.
Yep.
I bet you it won't.
Yep.
Epic? Next week's going to be epic?
Epic. Waters is epic.
Epic? Epic. Not good.
Right.
Not even great. It's going to be epic.
Oh.
Do you know how much you got to do to make something epic?
A lot.
Not just 7 days from now, just because you show up, it will be epic. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or then when they're like, hey, you don't want to miss next week. This series is life changing. Okay, hold on. I'm sure it is for somebody.
Okay.
And I'm sure it ain't for somebody as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but we use these words and we'll say, we'll get up right after somebody preaches and be like, wow, that was powerful. Was it? It couldn't have just been good. It was powerful? In what ways? What point was powerful? So that's my own little
explanation.
No, I get that.
They be putting dubs on it.
They be putting too much on it, dog.
That part.
They be putting spinners on stuff that it's like, this is just.
Spinner bobcats.
Yeah, bro, they be putting spinners on stuff that I be sitting up there like, it was good. It was good. But like, the atmosphere didn't shift. Like, it wasn't 113 degrees, and because you said that, it was 78. The atmosphere didn't shift. Like, stop playing. Like, shut up.
No, that part. That
part. Okay. So that's my. Just so y'all know, Thursdays is that part.
That part.
That part gets on my damn nerves. Okay. All right, y'all. We got to have a poll for this as well. Okay.
Get a poll in room.
So get the poll in this. Infidelity for the social media age. We found this so fascinating, and we wanted to make sure we could talk about this when we could allow this to breathe. All right. So there was a thing called micro cheating. And this is an interesting article that I read. Liking a coworker's photo on social media, sending them direct messages, checking in on Slack more often than ever before.
Oh my God.
Progressively interacting in this way with someone outside your relationship may be no big deal to you. To your significant other, however, it may be micro cheating,
right?
Which some people consider a form of infidelity because it can involve building a bond one heart emoji at a time. Although pushing the boundaries of what's allowed in a relationship is not a new concept, the issue has become even more common with the rise of remote work, said William Schroeder, a therapist and owner of Just Mind Counseling Centers in Austin, Texas. People are having more digital relationships, so it kind of creates more space for that. In this work from home environment, it can happen even easier because it's real low risk. What is micro-cheating? Micro-cheating, a term popularized by Australian psychologist Melanie Schilling, could be anything short of a physical or emotional relationship if it involves a behavior you can't talk about openly with a partner. It's a really good definition.
Absolutely.
Anything short of a physical or emotional relationship if it involves a behavior you can't talk about openly with a partner. Besides furtive social media chatting, I can't actually say that I know what the word furtive means. Hold on. I know who furtic is.
LOL.
Sorry, but I've never heard. Okay. Furtive, taken, done, used, surreptitiously or by stealth. Got it. Okay. Besides furtive social media challenging. So sneaky. Furtive is another word for sneaky. Come on and glow up, dictionary. Let's go. I never heard of furtive. Furtive about to get used 5 times today for no reason. Besides furtive social media chatting, it also could mean lingering too long at the water cooler to talk to a coworker, sharing personal details of your own relationship, or dressing up if you know you'll see someone. We've just put a newer label on it. Relationship, said Abby Metcalf, a psychologist in Berkeley, California, and host of the Relationships Made Easy podcast. But Metcalf noted that with most of her patients in recent years, micro-cheating involves texting or messages on social media, and it can be a slippery slope. Pay attention. What's the big deal? As relationship norms evolved and terms like polyamory come out of the shadows, liking or commenting on a photo may seem fairly innocuous. Many people don't care, Metcalf said, but people who do shouldn't feel bad for it. There isn't a right or wrong in relationships. It comes down to preferences. Even if a specific action has not been discussed or forbidden, trouble arises when it takes away energy from your primary relationship. It's cheating if your partner doesn't like it. Interesting. It's cheating if your partner doesn't like it. And I think they're talking about this context.
Okay.
It's cheating if your partner doesn't like it or doesn't know about it or wouldn't like it if they knew about it. She advised resisting the urge to snoop, which is a sign there is a lack of trust in the relationship. All you want to know is, how is your partner treating you? Do you feel like you're number one? How should couples handle it? Schroeder said every relationship has boundaries, some of which may have been discussed and others that are implied. These days, the gray area is bigger than ever. Not over here. Particularly if a couple met on a dating app, it's important to discuss whether to disable it and be exclusive, he said. Then define what exclusive means, such as not dating other people, continuing conversations through an app, or pursuing others on social media. The best time to bring it up is long before a problem arises, even if it's difficult to know when or how. He equated having this talk with driving. If you think that you have a full tank of gas, you're not going to start thinking, when should we stop to get gas? Okay, I get it. If you think that you have a full tank of gas, you're not going to start thinking, when should we get a full tank of gas? Scroll down. A change in behavior. If your significant other seems to be more secretive with their phone, for instance, or check social media more often, could a sign of an issue? Could be a sign of an issue. But try not to be accusatory. Rather, mention you have noticed they are more engaged with their phone and that it worries you because you're not sure what it means. Having that kind of curiosity is a much better place to have a conversation. He said micro-cheating happens for many reasons, but often it's because people are simply looking for that spark they feel from a new relationship. That dopamine hit that they can't let go of. You're supposed to move. Okay, I'll say it now. You're supposed to move from dopamine to oxytocin. And if you don't move from dopamine to oxytocin, that's when you're going to cheat, because you still need dopamine. Oxytocin is a bonding agent, and it takes more time for oxytocin than it does for dopamine. Dopamine is quick, hit, get it, gone. Oxytocin takes bonding.
But is oxytocin, is it like a long-lasting satisfaction as where dopamine is I need to keep chasing my high.
Dopamine gives you the we talk about it. Dr. Jenna Mountain explained this one time, and it was brilliant. When it comes to sex with your partner, when you first start having sex, it's dopamine. You're on a roller coaster ride.
Right.
Click, 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 click. Yo! Right?
Yeah.
As you continue, it should become a gondola ride. It is you on a boat in Italy.
It's beautiful.
That's a good analogy.
I think I've heard you say this before.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And so it's no longer the roller coaster ride. Now, you might have days where, damn, we just got back on that roller coaster. You put me back to when we first met. You know what I'm saying? We was in the back of the car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Getting that ride in the back seat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We in the back seat, but who driving? Right? Okay, maybe.
Windows are
Thank you,
foggy.
Jesus.
For those in the chat, Tim, like
We in the park after dark.
for those in the chat that don't really understand neuroscience that much, like the dopamine is the quick hit and the oxytocin is something that you have to work for.
It's the bonding agent. It's what oxytocin is released when you give somebody a hug.
Aww.
Safety.
Oxytocin is released when a mother is breastfeeding her baby. Oxytocin is released when you cuddle after sex. Like it's you know what I mean? But that's what it's supposed to give way to. Oxytocin is where the relationship should end up. It can't stay crack.
that quick hit.
Yeah, it has to turn into wine.
Which one's the one you get after a workout?
Endorphins?
Those are endorphins that are being
Okay.
released.
Okay.
But the bonding agent oxytocin is released. It gives dopamine gives way to oxytocin in the sexual relationship. You are not just having sex to like hit it, bone each other. Like
Right.
you know what I mean? I'm about to smash. It's like I want to bond with you.
Yeah.
That is so good.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm
Yeah.
looking you deep in your eyeballs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you a personal question?
I was about to say something crazy. I
No,
almost had a flashback.
I'm taking my personal question back. Go ahead and hit it.
No. I'm good.
New thumbnail. coming in.
My thought was about hitting it, so
Roger that.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go.
When you broke your porn addiction, right? Dopamine hit, following that addict lifestyle, and you truly broke it after years of work. As you started to build that oxytocin, what did it look like in your relationship with yourself, like individual Tim Ross, and then with Juliet? What did that look like?
So when I talk about that my appetite is voracious for my wife because I don't snack, that's what I'm talking about.
Got it.
Right? Pornography is snacking. Right? I'm using this analogy to make a point, but your sexual appetite for your spouse grows when you're not giving it away
Absolutely.
to pornography, to masturbation, to looking at other people, other women, all that kind of stuff. And micro cheating, it's very interesting to hear how all this is actually being like articulated. Some patients who engage in secretive behavior never cross further lines, but Schroeder said noticing if you yourself are doing it can be instructive. Also, it doesn't necessarily mean the end of a relationship. It can be this crisis to rebuild. Sometimes when these little micro cheating examples come up, it can be really helpful to understand, all right, why is this coming up for me? And that's very, very true. A self-aware person will be able to go like, why am I all of a sudden, why does this thrill me? Why does this little, so yeah.
We do have the poll up, by the way. We have 254 answers if you wanted to see what the people are saying.
Oh, yeah.
On the
Let me see. 79% is cheating, point blank, period. I don't believe it's real, 1%. It's a gray area, 19%. And then some hot, I don't mind it, is 1%. Thank God that I don't believe it. I don't believe it's real, and I don't mind it.
Super low.
Combined, it's 2%.
But listen, it's 2025. We've talked to people who are really into like swinger energy with their partner. Like they don't even want to just be single. They want to have a partner, be in a relationship, experience all of the glory of what is supposed to be divine. But like, hey, girl, go talk to that dude. Tell me about it. Like that's a freak for some people. It's crazy.
You've also seen in professional settings where people are like, oh, that's my work husband or that's my work wife.
Would love your thoughts on that, Tim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where they have this engagement, not necessarily spiritual, physical, but they have this like,
and they're open about it.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, let me introduce you to my work wife. I'm like, what?
Your thoughts on that?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I obviously this would fall under the category of cheating for me for sure.
Yeah.
And for this specific reason, if I can't tell Juliet about it, or I won't tell Juliet about it, then I'm definitely doing something that I know, either consciously or subconsciously, I shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
If she can't see it,
you
know what I'm saying? Then I shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been times too, like for example, I'll just use myself as an experience as an example. There was times where Joanna was like, "Hey, like, I know that that's your homie, and I know you guys are good friends, and that's kind of making me feel like, I don't know, something different, you know?" And I'll be like, "Oh, it was good intention. It
yeah,
wasn't
for
like
sure.
a
You weren't
thing,
thinking about nothing.
But
yeah.
since it made my wife feel
it's a wrap.
comfortable, I was done.
when I Juliet and I got married in '99. So when did Facebook come out? Like 04 or something like that.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, like maybe 03, 04, something like that. It was the Facebook was Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snap, everything when it first came out. It was the first thing out, right? And so I reconnected with a girl I used to date in Chicago. And this is years later, so I ain't thinking nothing except, oh my God, like, how you doing? What you doing? Did you get your degree in what you were doing when we met and all that kind of stuff? And I told Juliet, hey, I was able to connect with, my friend from Chicago. And she was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then like a couple of minutes later, she was like, did you used to talk to her? I said, yeah, but it was like a long time ago. She was like, yeah, nah, bro.
Shut down.
Yeah, nah.
But it would have been different if you didn't talk to her.
It would have been different.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean.
Yeah.
I had sex with that girl. So I wasn't thinking that it didn't even come up. But it didn't even register in my mind. I'm like, I'm married now. This ain't that. Blah blah blah. But my wife, I can count literally on one hand in 26 years that my wife has had a strange feeling about a woman. Wow. My wife has no jealous vibes at all because I grew up around women, so I have a lot of female friends, and my wife ain't got no problem, and they're beautiful. My wife has I can be out with them, no problem. There's been like 5 people. Juliet's like, yeah, nah. And as soon as she says it, it's like, oh yeah, nah. Yeah. If you say it.
And her intuition is crazy.
She can see through lead. Juliet can see through lead.
Oh yeah.
I don't fool with her like that. So yeah. So micro cheating is a thing. So y'all just be careful out here. Be men and women of integrity. If you feel some type of little rush or something, be curious about it. You ain't got to kick your butt over it, but be curious about it. Why you in these DMs like this? Why does this person text make you like start focusing on every word that you say? You know what I mean? Yeah. Are you being a little bit flirty? Like, check yourself. You. Stop playing.
Now, just to get it out the way to ask, is flirting cheating? And you're flirting.
Yes. I know it's tight. I know you ain't gonna like it. Flirting is solicitation. I'm going to say it again. Flirting is solicitation. I'm not saying you are asking for sex, a relationship. You are soliciting attention. That's what you're soliciting. And if you are soliciting attention and you are in a relationship, if you are soliciting attention from anybody other than the person you're in the relationship with through flirtatious actions, that's cheating. Because now you got to deal with the interpretation of the person that you're soliciting this attention from. And now that you've got their attention, they're going to want more of your attention. Are you catch and release? Like, oh, I got your attention now, but I can't do anything because I'm dating somebody. I'm just being a little flirty, but I don't want any. No, like you gotta watch yourself out here. If you flirt with somebody, you're soliciting attention, and sometimes you will solicit attention that you didn't want. And once you have it, the only person you got to blame is you. You don't want to ask for it. Now you got it. It's really funny. People desperately want something, but as soon as they get it, they don't want what they got. They got what they wanted. Now they don't want what they got. That's what I'm really trying to say. You got what you wanted. Now you don't want what you got. And I'm telling you, all that solicitation needs to stop. If you off the market, don't act like you want it. You know what I'm saying? Put that boundary up front. Like, hey girl, you're really attractive. Oh, thank you. My boyfriend says the same thing. The end. Why have a 20-minute conversation and now you all feeling something and he thinking something, and then it's like, well, I can't. I have a boyfriend. That's where some of these dudes start going, but are you happy? Because you just talked to me for 20 minutes before you even mentioned, bro. So are you happy? You thinking about upgrading? If some of these niggas was honest, they should say, you thinking about downgrading? I'm available for a downgrade. You want to go back to the iPhone 9 or you like the old model better? So yeah, I would say that flirting is not what we should be doing out here.
We have 89% saying flirting is cheating, 4% say it isn't, and then 7% says they don't know.
You want attention. You trying to get their attention right now. Right now. That part. You are trying to get attention. You seeking that attention right now. That part. Right now. Yeah. Stop seeking that attention.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? You already look good. You feel good. Why you out here seeking all this attention? You already wore like the booty shorts, and you still going. If you know, you know. Boom.
Oh, you got that rhyme. Where that rhyme at, man?
If you know, you know. This thing of ours, man. This thing of ours. All right, let me go. All right, what's next? What's next?
Oh, is that the Grinch?
Let me tell you something. Hooli loves her characters.
I sure do.
Is that? Is that the Grinch? Is that Larry the Racist?
How's he doing, man?
I don't know.
It's been a while.
How's he doing?
I don't know.
We haven't checked in with him in about a week and a half.
I don't know, bro.
Got a tariff.
I don't know.
He got a tariff.
The Gulf of America.
I'm dead.
He got swooped on the Gulf of America.
Larry the Racist is fishing down at the Gulf of America.
He got hit by a tornado last week.
Yeah, he's catching those American fish down in the Gulf. He said they taste yummier.
They are not Mexican.
He said the
my
fish tastes better
gosh.
now that it's turned into the Gulf. So funny. Hey, the Minecraft movie delivers Hollywood a much-needed box office hit. Before I even do it, I need a poll. Before I read anything. Did anybody see this movie?
I watched
Nope.
it.
You watched it?
I went to the movie theater to watch it.
You saw it?
Yeah, I watched it with my kids.
Yeah. How was it?
They loved it. My teenager really loved it. Shout out Arya. It was amazing. The biggest things in the movie were like highlights from the TikTok, because all the kids are on TikTok, like watching TikTok. So when the reels from TikTok came on the movie, the whole movie theater was screaming because they knew about it.
Wow.
We left too, and we were like, "Are we ever coming to the?" Because it was a bag. I'm like, "What are we doing?"
What was the total at the end of the receipt?
A lot of like we watch in IMAX, because it doesn't make sense to go watch a movie and
I agree.
If it's shot in IMAX. You should watch it in IMAX.
Absolutely, I agree with
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
We went to the Grapevine Mills Mall to watch it.
Yep.
At least like $100.
At least, yeah.
At least like $100.
Put you back a whole C note.
Like the tickets alone were like 60 or 70. I mean, they're nice seats. You're able to select your seats, so you don't have to fight with people.
Yeah,
you know where
yeah,
you
yeah.
get to sit. Which
But
that's cool.
then extortion is the food.
It's extortion, dude. And
Yeah.
Robbery.
I'm glad my daughter wears, because she copped some of the snacks. You know what I mean? Normally we hit we're Latino, so we hit the Dollar Tree, but we were running late, so we were like, yo, we gonna either make the movie or be late.
For sure.
But we drove away and we were like, I had the conversation with Ali, Aria, and my wife, like, why do we come to the movies?
Right.
Like, why do we do this?
Uh-huh.
Like, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And my kids, they're still in the kid vibe. They're
course.
like, it's a destination. It's cool to watch it with people that we don't know and respond and react
I love it.
together.
Yeah.
And I understood that part, but it's expensive.
We got the poll up. Bro.
Okay. Who saw the movie? I need to know who saw the movie. 75%. Nope, didn't see the movie. And my kids they'll be 17 and 15, and I know they like Minecraft, but like, to your point, when it gets, as soon as it comes on Apple TV, we're gonna watch
We're
it.
going to watch it.
I can't go to the movies. Why would I go there knowing, as a raw vegan, why would I go to the movies?
Yeah.
You can't even have the popcorn.
Can't even have the popcorn.
Drenched in butter?
No.
Vegan popcorn. There was some inappropriate scenes too that they didn't need to be in there. Like,
Really?
I was
Oh,
even
no.
I was
Talk
even
to me,
talking
Papa.
I was talking to my daughter, like my 17-year-old daughter. I was like, why are they putting that in? Like, they're sexualizing this thing for no apparent reason. Like,
Because it's Hollywood.
it's Hollywood, I know. And it was cool to identify these scenes with my daughter in real time. Because I was like, there was this scene with Jack Black and with Jason Momoa where they're like flying in the movie, and then they got into like a 69 position. And it was like, yo, why are you doing that? And I looked at my daughter, I was like, they're sexualizing this, and it didn't need to happen, and it's kind of weird. And my daughter was like, yeah, low-key, this is weird. There's nothing but kids in here.
Well, here's what you got to remember, right? In Hollywood, what manifests on the screen is what's like whatever's in the soup is in the bowl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever is in that pot is going in your bowl.
Right.
And you can't try to like strain it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever was in the bowl, whatever was in the pot is also in your bowl.
Yeah.
So we know that, and I'm not implicating nobody in nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We just know that at the top of the Hollywood pyramid, sexual perversion is the rite of passage.
That part.
To the top. So we're not just asking the question of how could that scene make it in there? Let's also ask the question, why would Jason Momoa and Jack Black agree to do that scene?
Right.
They didn't have to.
They did not have to.
You see what I'm saying?
To your point, they did not have to, dude. And it doesn't fit in a Minecraft movie. Like,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
It like the actors could be like, and again, I'm not implicating them or trying to say anything. All I'm saying is, if you think that's okay, maybe it's because of all the other stuff you've either turned a blind eye to, or it's so normal in that culture you don't even think about that.
Yeah.
But that
Also, that game has zero sexuality.
At all.
Like,
it's pixelated
It's a Lego game. You're just building stuff.
It's terrible. The graphics are terrible, and kids love it. But to even put that glimpse into their mind, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I was
They be on that foolishness.
Yeah, the dad in me, Tim. My apology, I didn't mean to interrupt. But
No, you
I was
good.
I was thinking about like because I was looking at my other daughter while I was expressing my just the topic with my oldest daughter, and I was noticing that she was watching. I don't think that she really knew it, but it's still the perpetual.
It's still getting
imagery.
in though. It's still getting in.
And I was like, yeah, this is like shenanigans. And there was nothing but kids in there. And
Exactly.
Kids are smart, dude.
Kids are really smart,
That
bro.
can stick.
And kids are more exposed than we think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing.
That's the
Yeah, exactly, dog.
Dios mío.
Dios mío.
Yeah, so anyway, Hollywood needed the Minecraft movie to be a hit, and it delivered in its opening weekend, significantly narrowing this year's box office deficit. No one guessed just how big it would be. In its first few days in theaters, the movie earned a staggering $157 million in ticket sales from theaters in U.S. and Canada, according to the studio estimate Sunday. Internationally, it's looking at an additional $144 million for a global debut of $301 million. And with school spring breaks ongoing, a Minecraft movie is just getting started. Not only is it its biggest opening of 2025, and this is for the box office, Minecraft movie also broke the record for a video game adaptation, a distinction previously held by Super Mario Brothers movie, $146 million. Going into the weekend, analysts projected Minecraft might hit $80 million. Instead, it nearly doubled that figure. You can't underestimate the value of earnest, entertaining, joyous cinema. Michael DeLuca, also co-chair and CEO. People really want an escape, especially when it involves the whole family. And this is true. If I ever make an exception for going to the movies, it will be with my whole family.
Yeah.
But nobody in my family wants to go to the movies. We don't want to go. I know we might have done this poll before, but just in light of what we're doing now, can we just get one? Let's get a temperature check on how many people still go to theaters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's lost its nostalgia for me. Yeah. I don't need it anymore. And I'm turning 50. It might be because I'm not saying that 50 is a magical number where you start doing old people stuff, but yeah, I don't care. I don't care about it at all.
My daughters like to dress up because they like the video games.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
So like Five Nights at Freddy's is coming out. Part 2 is about to come out. Like they like those games. So there's things that I think the only reason why we would go is so my children could watch it because they're excited about watching it and seeing it like quick. But outside of that, like Joanna and I ain't going to movie night. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it lets you know that we are smack dab in the generation of Z.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To shatter Super Mario Brothers, which is squarely a Gen X game.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's had iterations, but it came out on our watch.
That was a good movie too.
It was a great movie. It was a great movie. But to have a game like Minecraft destroyed at the box office just lets you know how present Generation Z is now.
Yeah.
They are everything is being marketed to them now.
May I also give my last observation from my experience?
Give all of your observations.
Okay, cool. That business is failing. Like that business is sunsetting. Like the brick and mortar space of movie theaters, because this is what's happening now. The Gen Z, the younger workforce are working at the movie theaters. So the cleanliness, the way that they're dealing with people at the movie theaters doesn't equate to the value that you're spending there.
Yeah.
And that's just my business mind, business degree looking like, hey, pretty soon it's too expensive. Inflation and also the experience is not top tier like it used to be. And I see like they tried to update it like when COVID happened where they would be like, oh, order food to your chair, or like drink alcohol, get faded at the movie theater, which was kind of cool. But even those flares and that excitement has tempered down.
Yeah. So 214 votes. I love it, and I go 43%. All right, so it's still.
They have those memberships too.
I love going to the movies.
Do you really?
It's nostalgic.
Talk to me.
going
Talk
to
to
the
me.
movies.
Talk to me.
Dude, I'm a little ghetto for the Lord, brother. Me and Rachel, that is so fun for us. We don't really do it that much, but when we do it, we love it. You get your little snacks. You sneak in some snacks because we're hood, and it's a little small sin. Please forgive me, Lord. We're definitely sneaking in some snacks.
Everyone does it.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I sneak in a little Chick-fil-A sandwich if I need to.
We do
And
too.
then and then you go get your snacks. You use the little AMC app, so you get it for a little cheaper. And then you go during the day when there's no kids, no one's there. You have the whole theater to yourself. It's fun, and it is disgusting. The Gen Z staff, trash, and I could work with it. It's fun. I love going to the movies.
Interesting.
I only like
good
going
take.
when I know the movies. Like The Accountant 2 is about to come out, and me and Caleb love The Accountant.
John
Chose-
Bernthal?
So we're
Oh.
gonna go. We're gonna go watch it.
They're coming out with a second one?
10 years
Yeah,
later.
April 15th is the first day, and then after that,
Was that tax
Yep.
day? I feel
yeah,
like
that's tax day. It is tax day.
That's
Yeah,
smart.
yeah, on
That's
tax
smart.
day at 7 p.m. at Tinseltown in Grapevine.
Dang.
Oh,
That,
that's a
listen,
nice deal.
that. See, I said
Only
there's
that's when it's worth it,
John Bernthal? Come on, dude. That's going to be...
bro.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know they were doing a second accountant.
Ooh, you want to watch
Yeah,
the
see,
trailer?
I'll watch that.
I love
Fire.
the
I'll
accountant.
watch that
Same.
on Apple
I-
TV.
That's the only movie with Ben Affleck that I like.
Shut up, Ben.
The others are.
He was
whack.
great in that movie.
Oh
he was
yeah.
great in that movie. Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. That was good. Man, okay. Well, yeah, that's I didn't factor in the Gen Z experience. Can we watch the trailer without getting banned?
Right?
That's true.
I mean, we putting people on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
And
annoying. We're helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, we want all the money
it's so dumb.
today.
Run it. I don't care.
Hey, shout out members because
Shout out members.
if y'all become members, that still obviously supports us as the creators. But sometimes we do be getting demonetized because when we play. All right, here we go.
That's so dope.
I will watch that
Hey.
movie, and I pray it's over 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Should we like block with all the local dwellers and all watch it together? You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
Movie night. No, you need privacy with your snacks and your family.
Amen. Yes,
Julie
yes,
wants to put on a
amen.
show.
And
No, she wants a
I'm
field
not-
trip. This girl's still trying to get her field trip.
Thank you. Field trip. Field trip.
Juliana's still trying to get her field trip. I denied Bucky, so she's like, so you like the movie, right? So what we can do is we can bring 5 generations of families together.
Hey, we might get sponsored. Who
She's
knows?
trying to find anything. It's so funny.
Anything she can. Like that is that's wild sauce. This is an interesting story. It comes from PC Mag. Apple reportedly flew in 5 plane loads of iPhones to dodge Trump tariffs. Oh my gosh. With price hikes and product delays piling up, President Trump halts reciprocal tariffs for most countries for 90 days. For China, however, tariffs are ballooning from an already eye-popping 104% to 125%. This comes after Trump argued that Apple should move iPhone production to the U.S., which many view as a pipe dream. Apple flew 5 cargo planes of iPhones and other products from India and China to the U.S. in late March to avoid paying Trump's baseline 10% tariff that took effect on April the 5th. The emergency shipments came in over 3 days in the last week of March, meaning Apple's U.S. warehouses now have a few months' supply. The reserves that arrived at lower duty will temporarily insulate the company from the higher prices that it will need to pay for new shipments under the revised tax rates. Child, Big corporations doing big things. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no money to hide. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can't go bulk up on clothes and shoes and, you know what I mean? Let's just go buy 5 pair of Nikes now, and that way we ain't got to do it after the. Man, big money keep doing big things. You know what I'm saying? All these big money out here doing these big things.
5 planes. Like
5 planes.
5 planes is crazy.
You know how much bread you got to have to just be like, hey, go get them now. What? Now. Go there
A
now.
lot of phones and.
No, I'm serious, Holmes. Go there now.
Oh, there's
Al
essay.
rato.
Yeah.
Does Essay have a name?
I don't think we named essay.
Big Oso.
Oh.
That's Big Oso, Holmes.
Órale, home.
See.
Okay.
I was named after my primo. I'm Big Oso.
Was he big?
He's Grande Oso.
Ah, nice.
I'm Big Oso.
Como tu Dios.
Big Oso.
Well, you said grandioso. And I
Grande
said
Oso
como
is,
tu Dios. Like your God.
oh, to my God?
Yeah, because your God is great.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Anyways, never mind. Because that's what we say. Dios es grandioso.
Ah,
It's like,
sí.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
vale, sí,
yeah.
entiendo.
Fight.
We're not fighting.
Between who?
Sure.
Oh, before we get out of here, I know we only got 60 seconds left, but I got to tell y'all something real quick. I told y'all Luka was going to get 40. Luka went ahead and dropped that 45 on him.
You sure did.
Luka is the only person outside of Wilt Chamberlain to score over 40 points for a team that he was on and then score 40 points against the team that he was on in the same season. And chants of Fire Nico billowed through the American Airlines Center as this man had his revenge game. He cried, he wept, which it was beautiful to see an athlete display his emotions like that. But to weep and boohoo like he did and then go out there and give these people 45, Luka got a whole wolf in him. A Slovenian wolf resides on the inside of this dude. And it's an alpha. It's an alpha wolf out there by itself, eating deer, taking names.
So he grieved and then whooped them.
Because I'm telling you, when you embrace grief,
Come on now.
it clears the body out.
Woo! They didn't know they helped him.
Yeah. Like him crying was able to calibrate his body, and then he could go out and do what he did. If he tried to act like that didn't affect him, he would have had maybe 19 points, and they would have lost the game. But he cried. He was present in the moment.
Yes.
He didn't detach himself to the moment. He didn't dysregulate.
Yeah.
He took it all in,
Respect.
and then wiped his eyes
Respect.
Dude, that's so good.
and whooped these jokers' heads.
Hey, eat those Mavs, Luka. Eat those Mavs.
Eat those Mavs.
Luka, eat those Mavs.
Eat those Mavs, Luka. Eat those Mavs.
Eat
Mavs. Eat those Mavs. Eat those Mavs. Eat those Mavs.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, do the WAP with me. Do the WAP with me. Let's see. We wide open. Right now, we wide open. These phone lines are wide open. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 10:01, 1 minute after the 10 o'clock hour. It is 8:01 Pacific Standard Time. It is 11:01 Eastern Standard Time. Good afternoon, good evening, good night to the rest of the world. We are wide open. We are taking callers from literally all over the world. Questions, comments, concerns. No question, comment, or concern off limits. I don't guarantee to have any answers for you. I do guarantee that this will be a safe space where we will contain you, where you can be fully seen, fully heard, fully known, fully loved. Even if you're not fully agreed with. Who is our first caller?
Tim, we got Chi on the line, or if I'm saying your name wrong, says please introduce yourself. You are on with Tim Ross.
Hey, you're saying it right. It's Chi.
Hi,
Yeah.
Chi.
Hi.
It's so good to see
This
you,
is
fresh
exciting.
face Chi.
Good to see you too. Yes. This is very exciting, honestly.
I'm so glad you called
Can y'all
in.
hear me good?
I can hear you perfect. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay. I want to start off and say thank you. Thank you for this space, this beautiful, beautiful space. Honestly, just to kind of give a quick testimony, back in 22, the Lord found me. He came to me in the midst of suicide attempt.
Mm.
Honestly, just was in the moment where I just felt very worthless. There was a lot going on at that time, and I could say I heard the spirit of death literally speaking to me, telling me I'm worthless. All the nasty shenanigans,
Mm-hmm.
and literally it wasn't my voice. It was another voice, somebody else speaking to me saying, kill yourself. And it's just a repetitive, nobody loves you, nobody wants you, kill yourself.
For sure.
And at the time I was friends with a pastor, and she sent over a message. And literally as soon as I like read that message in my head, the voice just disappeared.
Wow.
And that's when I realized, okay, this is the Holy Spirit. And I actually wanted to really get who the Holy Spirit is. Um, as I went through the process, the first thing the Holy Spirit wanted me to get through was self-love.
Mm-hmm.
I started that out, and I could say beginning of 2023, because I was going through the journey of self-love and actually learning who I am in a sense of at that moment. Um, some things was brought back up that I honestly have forgot that has ever happened to me. And one of the major thing that I could say that honestly caused my body to really be in that, I don't know how to really explain that fight or flight, that stigma of like, I don't know what to do. I'm just always on alert. I need to protect myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was raped by a coach that I had in school, and I honestly forgot about that. No, sir. But that I honestly have forgot. However, the Holy Spirit allowed me to remember all these events and all these things that was happening or has happened to me. And at that time, I just didn't know who to speak to, and I was referred to you,
Wow.
the basement.
Wow.
And that actually allowed me to just really learn and understand that we live in a broken world and people have what they have, right? The traumas, the issues, the regrets.
Yeah.
And you carry a safe space for people to be able to speak up, right? And be heard, be seen. And I gravitated towards that so much. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this allowed me to be empowered and to actually stepping into faith, believing in God that I can be a whole different person and not be founded upon the very things that was either brought upon me, was said upon me, all those things. And yes, I'm just very grateful and thankful for this very opportunity. Honestly, it's funny because my husband said last night, I'm very excited for you. I remember you said you wanted to be on the basement, speak
Wow.
to Tim Ross. And I was
Yeah.
like, I forgot I said that. And that was 2 years ago.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity, honestly.
I'm so grateful that I get to hold space with you. Absolutely. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
yes, yes. Thank you. Um, yes, to start off with, my name is Chisom, Chi for short, Chisom Ponder. I was born in Nigeria, but raised in Atlanta. The Lord had me and my husband move to Houston,
Okay.
Texas.
Okay.
Um, I could say from 2022 all the way to now, it's been a roller coaster. And just to kind of give another synopsis of really just the whole journey I've been through, I've learned that through all that I've been through was just for me to really learn who God is, Christ is, honestly, because it's been very perverted as well as manipulated of who he is and his character. So yes, I have a few questions for you, and I'm gonna ask them. I could say in twos, honestly,
Okay.
because I just want to give some backstory to some of them, especially the main two that I have, because I'm kind of having a struggle with these things,
Okay.
and everything else will flow within conversation.
Got it.
So the first question, well, okay, so I've had a lot of trauma, and I'm now realizing that I have some unhealed issues with my dad from the view of my husband, and I don't know exactly what because of very things. And I just really want to know how to navigate through those very things.
Okay.
And the question that I kind of want to add to that is that I am angry. So I'm able to, well, finally, I have realized what has been filled in me. And I don't know how to be angry. And I really just want to know how can I actually be angry.
Okay.
So,
Okay, Chi.
and to just give, yes,
Go
okay.
ahead. Go
You
ahead.
can go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I just wanted to give a backstory.
Please.
Well, to why I had that question.
Yes.
And I just been in a very bad headspace. I could say a week plus 2 weeks ago. I could say for a month, right? I'm not in that space right now. However, I've been able to realize the space that I was in, and I could say I was really angry at my husband. I just didn't know what it was, honestly, until we had a conversation, and it was a situation that we had went through, and he had expressed to me that I don't allow him to be angry or try to diffuse him from getting angry. And I didn't realize I was doing that. So what came up, and I'm just like, oh, I know what it is. It's because of the household I lived in. So Nigerian, right? Both my parents born and raised in Nigeria. I don't have to go into depths of just that
Right.
dynamic because,
Absolutely. I know it.
however, my parents, especially my dad, was very mentally, emotionally, physically just abusive,
Yep.
right? And that's one thing that we tried to do within the household. Me and my siblings, including my mom, was try to not have him be angry because anything will tick that man off. And if he's angry, he's threatening to kill you, right?
Wow.
He's just coming at you, and it was very horrific
Yeah.
growing up. And I just kind of made it because so my husband asked, he was like, well, are you scared of me? And I had to be honest, and I said yes. And it's not in a sense because he's done anything, but just more because I've never had that, what can I say, easy relationship when it came to guys, only because of the very abuse that I've been through when it came to men or guys in general my entire life. So I knew where that came from. And it's only because my entire life I tried to make sure people wouldn't get angry because I just didn't want them to take it out on me.
For sure.
Right. I've seen my
Absolutely.
husband get angry, but he never, in a sense, like took it out on me.
Right.
But the situations that we was in and who he was angry with, I seen, his anger. And it didn't scare me per se, but honestly, it's just I just didn't want to make him angry,
For sure. Absolutely.
And whenever he felt angry and we was just me and him in the space, I didn't want him to lash out and take it out on me. That
For
was
sure.
just what was going on. And I didn't realize I was doing that. And I realized that's because of unhealed trauma with my dad. So to even just rewind a little bit back in 2022, the whole issue of why I wanted to commit suicide was because I had some downfall with my mother. I've never been close to my mom, and I've always wanted that relationship with her. I just never could get it. So because of that wanting and having that need, I seeked it in other places when it comes to other females. And just growing up, sexuality has been always distorted to me because when I was younger, I was molested by, I could say, females in general, right?
Okay.
Then, of course, when I got older, then it switched and it was males. So my whole cover up was like, well, I need to be over here on this side because how it was introduced was more in a sense because I was in such a traumatic household.
Yeah.
The person who had molested me, um, it was only because we was forced to be amongst each other because of the issue that was going on with our parents. And it was kind of like a coping mechanism. Well, we need
Understood.
to feel love right now. So this is
Absolutely.
what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, for sure.
However, I was a child and this person has to be well over 10 years older than me, honestly. Yes, it was crazy. And what's even worse is that I found out not too long ago that this was my half sister. So yes, this is just the dynamic of the household I lived
Absolutely.
in.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So yes, to bring it back to, I just don't know how to be angry. And because I've realized that I've consumed and really hid myself from being angry and not wanting anybody to be angry around me because I just don't know how to handle that.
For sure.
ended.
Yeah,
And all this
absolutely.
tied to my dad.
Yeah,
And however, I did the work for my mom. I just didn't do the work for my dad.
right.
So I just don't know how to really navigate through that and really pinpoint the reason why I have this, tension with my husband the way I did, honestly, because of what happened to me with my father.
Yeah, yeah. Chi, I love you. Thank you for your vulnerability. Like for you to share all of that and do it succinctly, is remarkable. Uh, I feel a lot of heaviness for you and anger for your story. Just the recap that you've given me makes me angry. And it is completely understandable why the emotion of anger would be something that you want to stay so far away from, because your father vilified the emotion. He did not make the emotion safe for you. He made it dangerous. He made it life-threatening.
He did. Yes.
Right? Like, it's not even that it was dangerous. It was life-threatening. So, to be a little girl, for little Chi to have to either initiate and or collaborate with mom or other siblings to make sure the dragon doesn't breathe fire. That is mental gymnastics that no little girl should, no child should ever have to go through. Waking up every day trying to figure out, how do we keep the dragon from breathing fire? Right? Because now you got to walk around. If you're tired, you got to act like you awake. If you are bored, you got to act like you occupied. If you are sad, you got to act like you happy. Right? The dishes better be done. Your room better be clean. Everything's ruled by fear. So you never get to relax at all. Right? That environment is hostile. So you get out, you grow up, you're in a relationship. If your husband even looks frustrated, you got PTSD. like this is he could be mad at somebody at work and you like, I need you to calm down. That whole energy reminds me of my dad. It ain't coming towards you. He ain't putting it towards you. I loved the honesty that you gave him. You gave him a gift by telling him, yes, I'm afraid of you. Not because you did anything, but because this is that emotion equates to a dragon. It is Smaug from Lord of the Rings, right? So, you are already having to talk about that is very, very good. Have you done any therapy around this?
To say anger, no, I have not.
Okay.
Actually, because I just didn't know I
Yeah, absolutely.
did it. But now that I've realized what it is, I have been seeking for a therapist.
Okay.
I've been on the hunt for the past week.
Okay.
Hopefully just get some calls back, but I just been on a hunt for some therapists.
For sure.
So I can get through.
Absolutely. What I hope this call can do is at least calibrate and give you some context, even more so that when you meet with your therapist, like you have a good starting point. The most unfortunate impact of your father's actions is that you haven't been able to express your own anger. That's the most unfortunate thing out of all this, because you have a lot to be angry about. And a lot of it belongs directly to your dad, who, if you were ever angry with him, would threaten to kill you. Right? So the very person you need to be angry with for putting you in a position where you were not protected, for not being able to go to him to tell him what had happened to you as a little girl, you have a lot to be angry with that man about. And the fact that he his actions literally took away your ability to be angry with him, yeah, he needs a throat punch.
No, seriously.
Okay, so that's bringing up some emotion. What are you feeling right now?
Sad, honestly,
Okay.
because, like you said, just I've never been able to hold that space of anger, especially towards him. And it was a situation that happened back in 2021, and it's just kind of like I was very mad. Like I said, anything my dad would be ticked off, and he's swinging, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the fact that he had put his hands on me for no literal reason. Then just how he was in the action of just like a little baby, just, oh, she's the one that did this. And I'm like, sorry, you're in your 60s and I'm 20. I had to be in 22,
Wow.
21, 22. And it's just like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
It was just weird. And what it did was just really just tick me off. And I thought basically that I had said enough that it had to be said because my mom had she tried to do this family meeting thing, right? And I had left the house and I was gone probably like 2 weeks because I just couldn't stay there anymore. My mom was begging me not to call the police. And the sad thing about it was a week before he put his hands on her. She has her whole arm was black, bruised up. So it's just like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of faking this. I'm tired of protecting this person who has no respect for any of us,
Right.
who is quick to,
Yeah.
just go off and
Yeah.
think it's just okay.
Right.
Just the fact that the things that I had said, all it did was just cause my dad to just not be able to look me in my eye anymore. Like I went off on him, but I thought that kind of like was able to, I was able to like really speak some truth. And I still feel hurt. I just still feel sad because nothing was acknowledged. There was
Yep.
no apology. Well, I'm sorry that I did this. It's still that back. Well, you still mad at me? Like, why are you still mad at me? Like, can't you get over it? And I'm like, no, like I got bruises on my back. How can I get over the fact that you literally put me in a headlock and was beating me down like I'm just a dude that broke into your house? For what reason, honestly, And
Yeah.
it was just weird. Just that type of anger that he has, that he can look at you, look at me as some stranger. And the sad thing about it is the fact that I look like this man, right? In another situation that I don't even know if you remember, but had to been like probably 4 or 5. And him and my mom got in a really, really bad argument. And I had nightmares on this. And it actually caused me to go mute. And he held a gun to my head. Honestly, it was pointed towards my mom. And what was revealed to me was that she had used me as a shield. So I'm in this dynamic where he's trying to kill my mom and I'm in between it with a gun to my head. So that actually caused me to be mute for years where I would not talk for nothing. Like I wouldn't talk. And yes, and even when I had spoken to my mom about it, she was like, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. She was just, that didn't happen. I'm like, look, this is why I'm not around y'all anymore. This is why I had to leave. I can't with this anymore. And now that I'm in this marriage, and not only that, I have a 5-month-old. I just don't want to allow these traumas to continue to cause me to just separate myself from my husband because I'm thinking that he might just leave me, and I just don't want him, because of just me trying to protect myself.
For
and
sure.
even with that, just trying to protect her, but realizing that she loves her dad, and I don't want to be like how my mom was with me with my dad.
Absolutely.
Because she caused a lot of chaos that it was almost in a sense she wanted me to hate the man. And I understand because of how abusive he was. And also she was the problem too. So, yeah.
Let me tell you something. Your therapist gonna love you because of your self-awareness. When you find your therapist, by session 2, I need you to be throwing pillows or in one of those rec rooms where you get to bust the TVs and throw axes against the wall and break telephones and all that. I would spaz. Because here's the thing, your body doesn't actually need to be in front of the person that did the offense. Your body just has to get it out. And so obviously you're doing your boundary with your mother and your father, your appropriate understanding that your mother is complicit in your father's actions. By staying with him, she is complicit. She is an accessory after the fact, right? To gaslight you into thinking that she didn't use you as a human shield when she knows she was freaking Nino Brown in New Jack City is blasphemous. Like it pisses me off to think about. But like I need you to like go all the way off, because you need to feel it, and you need a safe place to display it, because God gave us the emotion of anger so that we will know when an injustice has been done to us or others. God gets angry, right? Scripture says, be angry, just don't sin.
Yeah.
Right? So you get to give the full brunt of your anger. Just don't stab your dad 62 times. Right? Which if he demanded you stay around him might be what happens. You know what I'm saying? If you get a good lawyer, you might get off. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might just have house arrest within some time served. Like people don't understand like how important the emotion of anger is. And when we don't allow ourselves to experience, or when it's been robbed of us, when we haven't been given the opportunity to display that emotion, that means we've had to cut off a part of ourselves that helps us to live. So
You're right. Now I realize that I've just been so dysregulated, and I just want to relax.
yeah.
Like, I feel the tension of anger because, I'm just looking like this. I'm just looking mad, and I'm like, what am I mad for,
Yeah.
And the reason why I was just kind of like that towards my husband is only because of what we've been through. And I honestly just didn't know giving your life to Christ, especially, well, I could say for every individual is different in the walk that you have with him. And just the very things that we have gone through, I could say I was angry with God too.
Mm-hmm.
I was just mad. I'm just like, I'm confused. Like, I thought this was going to be a stroll in the park, peaches and cream. He was going to come save me, and I'm going to live happily ever after. That's just what used to be preached to me.
Yeah.
Like, he's your savior. He's your Lord. Like,
Yeah.
just surrender and give it all to him, and he's going to make it all well.
Yeah.
Well, I lost everything. We both lost everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And even with that, it's been said to us, and it's been at times where we just tried to be in doubt of it. But he actually called us to be homeless, right? We're not in that situation anymore, of course. But within that time period of us just not having a home and sleeping in our car, I literally was sleeping in the car for 6 months pregnant, going through, and it wasn't like I was going through anything terrible, honestly. But the fact that we had went through this, journey, we gave our life to Christ. Well, 2022 gave our life to Christ. 2023, that's when everything started being revealed. And from there, that's when it started. I could say he had for us to come to Texas, Galveston particularly, to begin with, and told us this is our wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
This is the wilderness for us. Of course, didn't understand what it was at the time. He had us reading scriptures to really just understand and just really walk with God. And what associate the fact with my dad and this situation is because my dad was very careless with money. He was careless. We was always moving. We've been evicted, I believe, 2 times.
Wow.
He just didn't care for his family and what we needed, that it left us literally dry and high. where he was able to do whatever he wanted to do. And it eventually led my mom to pick up the pieces and do everything herself. And it just even caused even a more crazier dynamic in the household, because now you have my dad who he's trying to be superior and he's not making any money, and my mom is making the money now. And it's like this whole back and forth, and she's not home. So who's he coming at?
Right.
And I'm the oldest of
Yeah.
6 girls, right?
Wow.
So I'm the one that took all the backlash. I took everything, you know, and it was hard.
Yeah.
You know, not even that. It's just the fact that I literally, since the age of 5, the responsibility of taking care of kids was my duty.
Yeah.
And all the way up until I left the house. And it was just, it was hard for me to really just get up out of that, honestly. It took really deep hurt for me to say I'm done.
Yeah.
And it just seems like I just keep getting hurts. And it's this cycle of disappointment over and over and over. And what was the big disappointment was just the fact of the homelessness, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I could say from coming out of that and what was revealed and the light that was shined upon that was that he wanted me to trust in him, for both of us, just to have faith that he would supply all of our needs.
Yeah.
And literally, he supplied everything. We had no money for nothing. He supplied food. We had no clothes. He supplied that. We were sleeping in a car. We're in Houston now from Galveston. How do we get gas? He supplied all of that. We just didn't know exactly how.
Right.
And even just thinking back, it's like God has really been with us. He's been with me. And it's funny because that is literally what my name means. And as a child, I did not believe that at all because of all the things that I've gone through. I'm like, God can't be with me.
Wow.
Why does my name mean God is with me? And I don't feel like he's with me.
Wow.
So it's the fact that we went through that so he can actually show that he has been with me.
Absolutely. He has never left you.
Right. And because I was just so frustrated, because I'm like, look, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of going through all these issues, these problems. I'm like, Lord, like, I know what I can do to sustain myself. But it wasn't even just the sense of just not allowing me to do so, but realizing that my entire life, I didn't have an identity. I didn't know who I was. And I was trying to seek out ways to basically fulfill myself. And that was just for me to relinquish to the Lord and like, look, you don't have to do anything. I got it. And that's literally what he showed my husband and I. So, yeah. And it's just like trying to separate that feeling from what my dad put us through, and realizing this is not even the same situation because God actually told us to do these things.
Yeah.
He said, stop all of this and follow this.
Right.
This
Absolutely.
is where I want you to go.
Yeah.
And we had no choice but to do that because literally we had nobody.
Yeah.
We had nothing. So we had to literally lean on the word of God. We had to literally lean on him, literally. And coming into a strange land and still being alive with a newborn child, it's something different. Yeah.
You paid full price for the type of transition that is allowing you and your husband to establish a generational blessing where there has been a generational curse. When the children of Israel left Egypt, they were homeless.
Yep.
And it was in the wilderness that they found out God was the I am that I am. Whatever you need me to be, I will be that. They found that out when they was homeless. They didn't find that out in the promised land. By the time they got to the promised land, they knew who he was. But they found out who he was homeless in the wilderness. And that's where everybody needs to find out who he is. You don't find that out with, a year's worth of savings in the bank and promotions and a big old house and a vacation in the Swiss Alps. You find that out when you got nothing. So I read this morning, And as you were talking, I was like, oh, this is, and I highlighted it this morning. I was like, oh, this is for Chi. So it was for me, but it's also for Chi. Psalm chapter number 9, verse number 11. This is how it reads in the Tree of Life version. Those who know your name trust you, for you, Adonai, never have forsaken those who seek you. Those who know your name trust you, for you, Adonai, never have forsaken those who seek you. I trust him because I know him.
Exactly.
But I found out who he was when I had nothing. So now that I may have some things, it don't change what I think about him.
Right.
And I can lose it all again. Because the same God that brought me through that.
The same God. Yeah.
Chi, find your therapist so you can spaz out. Like I've never been more excited for a person to go be angry. Like I need you to turn green. Like I need you to have straight Incredible Hulk anger. Because it's going to be so good for your body. And I just want to celebrate the fact that you left a narcissistic system, you left an abusive system within a culture that would tell you that you're dishonoring your mother and your father. You know what? And I'm gonna make sure you got something to stand on. Not saying that you don't already know this, but it might be for somebody else that's out here that's allowed that still has this warped honor code where they trying to do right by parents who are doing wrong by them. This is Ephesians chapter number 6, starting at the first verse. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your mother and father, which is the first commandment with the promise, so that it may be well with you and you may live long on the earth. Verse 4, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and the instruction of the Lord. Your daddy didn't do that. So who we honoring? You see what I'm saying? Like you don't get to physically abuse your daughter and think you're gonna get honor on the other side of that. That's not how the honor code works. That's not how the scripture works. And anybody that would take that verse out of context is demonic. They're just like Satan in Matthew chapter number 4 that would say the scripture also says. But you ain't doing it, so you don't get it.
And that's just what been a constant battle, like thinking I'm not honoring my parents because they waited over my head. And when I found that verse, I'm like, well, hold on. Let's bring this back. It said not to provoke.
That's right.
So I'm confused.
That's right.
Because you can't say this without saying this part.
That's right.
It goes together.
It goes together.
And, right. And the biggest issue that I have when it comes to my dad is that he spoke nothing but curses over my life. And those very things that he spoke has happened. And that's just what I hate. And one of them was the fact that he said multiple times out of his mouth, you will be raped.
Yo, this
and it actually happened.
Okay, I already don't like your dad, but now you about to put him on my hit list.
Same with my husband. My husband has not met this man since or ever.
Yeah,
So
nah.
he hasn't even been by my parents at all.
Yeah, nah.
I wouldn't even do that to him.
Yeah.
So that's just my biggest thing. It's like, man, this actually cost me my life. And you spoke this over me since I was a little girl, and it actually happened. They got the nerve to say, well, you should have brought your husband to us so we could do it right. You got to do it right. He got to see your dad and this and that. I'm like,
No,
no,
he
I
don't.
told this man straight to his face,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
never do that.
Ain't nobody giving
And
no
y'all thought,
dowry to your daddy for what? So he give it away? He already. I'm sorry.
right?
I'm about to get petty. Let me stop.
Go ahead.
Child. Houston is your promised land.
Thank you.
Yeah, Houston is your promised land. And God is going to restore to you what the cankerworm and the palmer worm and the caterpillar ate. And all of those curses, all of those curses that your dad spoke over you, if he stays unrepentant, they are his to bear. They are on his head. So please live your new life, because freedom is going to look good on you.
Amen.
Chi,
Yes.
thank you for calling.
Oh, yes. Oh, I have a couple more questions.
Oh, hit me.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
That thing was heavy. That thing was full. Lord have mercy. Okay. Please ask me something else.
So I have this one question. So, my identity was founded upon things I did. That was just my entire life, right? The stigma, oh, she's smart. This is the smart girl, everything. She got to do this, she got to do this, she got to do this, she got to do this. And now it feels like I am nothing and being viewed as nothing because I am doing nothing or I have nothing. And it's been really difficult for me to just kind of like be okay with that. Honestly, only because I've always been viewed and loved by the things that I was doing. I accelerated in this. I knew how to do this and I knew how to do that. And that's kind of like what the attraction was when it came to people to me. And now that I'm not doing any of these things, I have nobody around me. Of course, I have my husband and my child, but it's still that tension, like, dang, like I got to do something. So even the fact that, we transitioned into something new, I feel like I had to do something. I was trying to look for a job. I was just trying to do something.
Right.
And I was just really upset that nothing was coming to me. And it's just like, well, what do I do now? And it was just trying to find basically an identity. And even before I even continued that, I had seen a video with Sarah Roberts and Priscilla about stepping into that into that transition, a new transition. Sorry. She had quoted and it was talking about the woman at the well and basically stating like, what is it that keeps causing you to come back and trying to basically have your thirst replenished. And what hit me was that I keep trying to find an identity. I keep trying to go after something to feel complete, to feel wanted, to feel needed, because I am doing something that requires a person to, of course, want me and need me because I have these so things. So I keep trying to, make people love or adore me based off of the things that I do. And I don't want to continue that.
Absolutely. This is also tied back to your dad. And again, I have a lot of emotions and a lot of sadness because you never had the opportunity to just be. You had to do for attention. You had to do for validation. You had to do for acceptance. You didn't get the opportunity to just be. And every little girl is supposed to, I know it doesn't happen, but every little girl is supposed to be the princess to her daddy. She can do no wrong. That's That's how my goddaughters are. I am a very responsible, disciplined man. My boys know that they gotta have everything in order. My goddaughters, they got all the money in my bank account, and I'm just glad they don't know it. I'm glad they're not of age to know that I can get all this nigga money if I want it. Like he'll he'll sell his house and give me all the proceeds if I ask. I'm weak after my goddaughters. And you were supposed to experience that. You didn't experience that. And so now it leaves you at this age and stage trying to figure out who you are without doing anything.
Yep.
And the most wonderful part, this whole thing sucks. But if there's a silver lining, this is it. The relationships you find right now will usually be the relationships you have forever. Because you have nothing to offer and nothing to do and the people that they have no choice but to love you for you because there's nothing else. All they can get is chi. There's nothing else for them to get except chi. And like I'm excited for you to find those people. Yeah.
Patiently though. Yes. Yes. And I love that. And God gifted me with a daughter.
Yes.
So it's just not wanting to be like what I was around and realizing because all I knew was trauma.
Yep.
And that's another thing that was like a bone to pick with my husband. I'm like, so carefree. Right. He's like, why can't you be carefree? I'm like, I don't know how to be carefree.
Right.
Because it's
not.
feeling like I always have to be careful. So now that I am not doing anything, now I'm learning how to be carefree while enjoying life as a wife and a mother.
It's beautiful.
And not being the representation of the past family I was once amongst.
Yep.
And I don't want to be like them. And that's what scares me. That's literally what scares me because it allowed me to realize and see the stronghold that was just after my life was just that stronghold of just control.
Yep.
Just that on about of just having that sense of control because of not having any control. And realizing the whole aspect of why we lost everything was literally to lose control and give control back to God. So it's still that constant battle, like, well, I want this. I need to have this. And it's
Right.
like, no, you don't need it.
Right.
You just want it and it's not good for you.
Right.
Because it does not allow the order to happen.
Yep.
Right. And now I'm able to really just really sit back and understand what it means to be carefree. Because I took it as my husband being careless. So, yes, that's one thing.
Okay.
All right. I have another question, and it's kind of like just derive away from, the past family and everything like that.
Okay.
But I do have a question about this that honestly has been on my mind for a while, and I just don't know, like, I just want it to be broken down. And the question is, what does it mean to not let anybody despise you? And I'm referencing 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12. The Lord told my husband and I that we are salt and light, and what it seems to be the results of being around certain leaders and pastors. And I looked up what it means to be salt and light is that we're always challenging injustice and corruption. And because we are stating these very things that is wrong in these very aspects, we're being told to leave and never come back. So it's like we're just dropping into these people's lives and hello, that's not right. And not even in a sense like that's not right, but more shedding light like this is, just based off of the example of the life that we are living. And because of the question I just asked about the identity part was that because we have been homeless, people viewed us as nothing and they wanted to treat us exactly as such. However, the Lord said we are salt and light and they feel very challenged or upset with us because of like, who are y'all to tell us y'all ain't got nothing? You ain't nothing. So it's just this dynamic of, well, you need help, you need Jesus, and you don't know what you're talking about because I'm a pastor or I'm a leader in this. And it's like, well, I don't know, but this is what the Lord has brought us upon. He wants us to say these very things. And it's either you're going to get convicted, repent, or I don't know what else.
Yep.
And it's just been a constant cycle. And it honestly has questioned, like, what is it really our purpose here? Are we supposed to, like, I just don't know. However, I just been seeing that this has just been the continuation of what's been happening when we come amongst leaders. And I know one gift that I do have is discernment, and not even myself, my husband as well. And we're able to just be really spot on. Of course, we go to the Lord first, pray about it, and it reveals itself to us. And we're like, okay, well, that's what it's been. And hello, are y'all paying attention to this?
Right.
And it's more cover up. We want to continue to do what we want to do.
Right.
And it's like, okay, well, we got to go. Because now that y'all really tried to derive this to actually abuse us. Because, oh, well, y'all don't have anything, y'all going to do what I say. Oh, y'all need this, well, y'all going to have to be this, you know? So, yeah, that was the question I had. It's like, what does it mean to not let anybody despise you? Because I've noticed that's what it's been.
Okay. So 1 Timothy chapter number 4, verse number 12. Despise is one translation. TLV reads, let no one look down on you, on your youthfulness, but become an example of the faithful in speech and conduct, in love and faithfulness and in purity. This is more of a internal resolve that we are to have as we are navigating these interpersonal relationships. I'm only responsible, and you and your husband are only responsible for how we say what we say and how we do what we do. We're not responsible for the people's experience and or subsequent reaction to what we said or what we did, right? If we know we did it in truth and love and their response is defensive or they take offense, that's not what we were doing. And if they try to like, oh, who do y'all think y'all are? I won't let you look down on me like that.
Basically.
Yeah, I don't agree with your perspective of me. And I started preaching out when I was 20 years old. So I understand, I can identify with that feeling and what it meant for me to have the internal resolve of I know they're probably looking at me crazy and I don't know nothing, but I'm standing true to the conviction and the assignment that God gave me to say what I said or do what I did. So that's my answer to that.
Yes, I appreciate that. I do.
Absolutely.
It's yeah, my husband, I'm 25, he's 28. And it's we've been coming amongst people in their 40s and above. And it's just been I'm confused. Y'all, and it's just been that more of that we give our testimony, we talk about our walk with Christ and the faith that we have, that strong faith. And they're able to actually see it. And it's almost like they're trying to prove to us they have it too. It's just be yourself.
Yeah,
we're not
exactly.
Here for that.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
Just obeying God and say, go here, we're here.
Yeah, for sure.
And now we're not here. So
right.
Do what you do with that, right?
Right.
So last question. And
okay.
honestly, it's just been this constant loop of expectations. So now it's a model to me that I should not have any expectations, right? But how are you able to have expectations from God? But even though with those expectations that you've had with or from God or for God, right, don't come and it's not met, how do you not shut down because of the disappointment, because of your expectations? So how are you able to not be expectant of anything as well as expect? And when those expectations aren't met, how do you not shut down and be disappointed within that?
I think expectations are very subjective, right?
Yeah.
Expectations are incredibly subjective. We have some expectations of how we want our lives to be. We know we serve a sovereign God that may have different plans for our lives, right? Life situation, health circumstances, geography, nationality, ethnicity, all kind of stuff can get in the way of that. Traffic, right? So that's very, very subjective. I would rather, so are you opposed to me just kind of shifting your perspective?
No,
Okay.
go ahead.
All right. So I don't want you to think expectations. I want you to think hope. Like, I have a hope for the future. I do. I get up every morning hopeful. I don't know what to expect.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell to expect. I know I've prayed some things. I don't even know if that's what he want to do.
Right.
I have expectations for this show. I don't know if he got the same expectations for this show. Right? I got expectations for my kids. I don't know what he want to do with my kids. So I just wake up every day hopeful. I wake up every day by faith. Again, the just shall live by faith, not expectations. Without faith, it's impossible to please him, not without expectation. Like, I get up every morning by faith. God, you going to do something for me today. I don't know what you going to do. Now, I don't think it's bad to have an expectation. But if the expectation ain't met, it's like, I'm with him. I wanted to stop at that Chick-fil-A and get some waffle fries. He passed it. I was in the back praying that he would get off on exit 438 and get me some waffle fries. He kept going. Right? But I'm in the car with him. So maybe he want me to have a salad. I guess he don't want me to have no fried food. I thought this was a splurge day. So replace expectation with faith and hope.
There you go. Faith and hope.
Because that gives you the opportunity to be delightfully surprised by whatever he decides to do.
Right. And not be surprised.
Yeah.
Okay.
You feeling that?
I'm jigging it. Yeah. I'm feeling it.
I love it. I love it. Chi, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you so much for listening.
Oh my goodness. You are worth my time. You are worth my time. I'm so grateful you called. And I'm praying that you find the right therapist by tomorrow. That way you can get it. That way you can get it popping.
Okay. Please. I need to.
For sure. Blessings to your husband and your 5-month-old.
Thank you so much.
All right. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. That was worth every second and every minute.
Yes.
Lord have mercy. People be going through this. Ooh.
Life is hard, man.
Hey, man, can we just not be those type of parents? This is why I be wanting us to get over our trauma. So we don't do our kids like her daddy did her. That man got trauma. That's what that is. Like, above him being abusive, and then again, we all know that's the fruit of what's going on. If he's hitting his wife and he's hitting his kid, he don't love himself.
That part.
Earlier in the week, you said 75 years old was kind of like the cutoff date. Like, what do you do when you have elderly parents that are spiraling and you see their traumas because of the work that you've done? How do you navigate boundaries, still loving them, and avoiding the manipulation?
So 75 is not the cutoff date. I'm saying 75 is when you should stop looking for them to change.
Thank you for the clarity.
They can change. And the reason why I know they can change, Abraham was 75 years old when God called him out of Ur of the Chaldees.
Come on.
Abraham was 70. He wasn't at a youth group.
Oh, dang.
Abraham wasn't at no doggone youth revival on the front row. Use me, God, to shake a generation. Abraham was 75 years old and set in his ways.
Yeah.
And he believed God after 75 years of worshiping false gods.
That's good.
And living in a world without the creator involved. and the holy and God drew him out of the nations and established him, and it was accounted unto him as righteousness. We are all in the faith because a 75-year-old changed his mind.
Wow.
A 75-year-old decided to believe in a God he had never met and
good.
go to a place that he didn't know that he was going to. Right?
Yeah. No, that's thank you for clarifying.
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you for
All
clarifying.
I'm saying is at 70, once there's some people, I will listen, man. If I try to help you and you don't want my help,
Whoa.
you don't have to tell me you don't want my help. Just don't do what I say. Which is also telling me you don't want my help.
Come on now.
And once I hear you clearly, like maybe if I don't hear you clearly, I'll be like, hey, can you repeat yourself?
Yeah.
And if you repeat the action 2 or 3 times, I ain't helping you no more.
Amen.
You ain't got to worry about me. You got to figure it out another way.
Yeah.
You don't want my help.
Ooh.
It's tough for parents. Oh, sorry. My bad.
No. Go ahead.
It's tough when you have elderly parents. Please bookmark that thought. It's tough when you have elderly parents or like situations and scenarios where people that are older of age, you have honor for them, but you see them like spiraling different ways in different directions because of their work. You know?
Or
because of your work, pardon me.
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
People drown.
It's hard to watch people drown.
You have the little.
yeah.
You have the little. What is it called? When you throw the,
Life preserver.
Yeah, the little life preserver.
You're just holding it like this.
Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah.
do you want? And it's hard to watch people run into a wall,
Yeah.
bust their whole face open,
Yeah.
and you just be sitting there like, I told you know what I mean. I tried to
Yeah.
help, but they don't want it. They don't want it.
What's your favorite color?
Oh.
What's my favorite color?
Yeah, I never asked you that actually.
Black is my favorite color.
Okay, man.
That's Caleb's favorite too.
Shout out Caleb.
Shout out,
Yeah,
Caleb.
black is my
Shout out
favorite
Turkey.
color.
You know what this conversation like made me realize? I know I'm having a boy, but it hit me of like, man, I'm gonna raise like a man because of the circle that I'm in. Praise God. I'm like, I
absolutely.
get to raise a man.
Yeah, you get to raise a man.
And I'm so excited for my future daughter-in-law. I'm like, please love me.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's
I-
another thing.
I
In-laws.
will be as stringent.
Can you give me a definition?
Define
Please.
stringent.
Define. Thank you. I was
don't know
trying
what
to
that
find that from when you do a spelling bee. Is that what you're saying?
Spelling bee. I don't know what it is.
It's a good word. I'm glad you asked for it. Rigorously binding or exacting. Strict, severe. Compelling, constraining, or urgent. Convincing or forcible. Okay? Stringent. Some synonyms: demanding, forceful, harsh, inflexible, rigorous, severe. Okay? Tough. I will be as stringent with my sons and who they marry
Yeah,
as if I had girls.
that's good. That's really good.
Ain't no
That's good.
girl just
Yep.
getting up and
Yep.
ain't no girl just getting the Ross name.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm gonna have something
Yep.
to say.
Yep.
If she's a chicken head,
Yep.
The hyena.
I'm not having it. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm with you.
I'm
with
not
you.
one that like the double standard of like the boys get to do whatever, but then the girls is like the dad is like, oh no, this is my daughter and these are
Yeah.
my sons.
Yep. Yep.
I promise you,
Yep.
if you're a chicken head, you will not get in this family. You don't deserve our last name.
Yeah. That's so good, Tim.
You don't
That's
deserve
so
our
good.
last name. I don't need you to be perfect.
Yeah.
But what you're not gonna do is come in here and give my son fits, which subsequently is gonna give us fits.
That part.
So I'm gonna be
That's
hella
good.
stringent. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be a situation.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a situation. Let's go. Who's on next call?
We got Jerusha from Malaysia.
That's Jerusha.
go.
Jerusha.
She's locked in.
Let's
brother.
go. Let's get it.
And she wants to do audio only.
Let's get it.
Jerusha from Malaysia, you are on with Tim Ross. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Hi.
Hi, Jerusha.
Hi, Tim.
It's so good to hear your voice.
Oh my God, this is so surreal. I cannot believe I'm on your show right now. Is it okay if I don't have my video on because I feel like I might cry?
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. We'll still hear you crying on the audio, but that's fine.
First, I just want to thank you and your team for everything that you do. I've been listening to your show since 2022. My sister actually introduced me to you. She showed me a sermon you did on in Transformation Church. I think that on the topic of crazy faith,
Mm-hmm.
and I think not long after that, your basement pot came out, and I watched the first episode, and I was like, oh my God, I love this dude, and like I've been rocking with you ever since.
Thank you so much, Jerusha.
um,
I appreciate you.
yeah, thank you. Your show has been such a huge part of my journey, especially in my walk with God. So I'm very grateful to you for that.
Thank you.
I'm really excited and I'm quite nervous as well right now because the story I'm about to share is something that I've never told anyone before. It's something that happened to me many, many years ago. And for the longest time, I couldn't understand what had happened. It's taken me many years to process it. And now I feel like I'm finally ready to talk about it openly and hopefully find some closure.
Okay.
Um, I actually wrote down everything that I wanted to say, so I'm just going to read from my notes if that's okay, just
That's
to
perfect.
make sure I get the whole story out.
Okay.
Yeah, so um, my story starts in high school, which was a really rough time for me. I grew up in a Christian family with a lot of complex dynamics. My dad was a church leader, and my mom was a teacher at the same Christian high school that I attended. They were very, very well respected leaders and people, but privately, they were very different from the people they presented publicly.
Okay.
My mother she's very cruel with her words and very emotionally abusive, while my dad was emotionally absent, and that duality really affected me. Um, at school, I was this good student. I was a prefect. I was on a student council. I was serving in church. Um, but behind the scenes, I was a completely different person. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Very, I was angry and rebellious and was very prone to tantrums. I think there might have been some undiagnosed ADHD there. I don't know. So that split between who I was in public and who I was in private created this fractured sense of self.
Okay.
And I grew to really hate myself. Um, I would often look into the mirror and tell myself how much I hated myself. And I was also told many times that I was the child that would bring demise into the family. And I just felt very unloved and unseen. Um, I think it's also important to mention that I was sexualized at a very young age. A family member instructed me to perform sexual acts on them, and I complied, though I did fully understand what I was doing. Over time, I began to associate those experiences with pleasure. And later, as I grew older, I began to realize what I had done. And then there was just so much shame and Sorry, I need a moment.
No, take your time.
And all of this, like the family dynamics, the internal struggle, and the shame really took a toll on me. I didn't have anyone to talk to, and like you always say, Uncle Tim, what doesn't come out through your mouth will eventually come out through your actions.
Yes.
And one day I just lost it. I had what I now understand was a psychotic breakdown, or what some might call a manic episode. I started behaving really erratically. I was hallucinating and becoming delusional. I was saying strange things to friends, family, and even church leaders and pastors. No one knew what was happening to me, and neither did I. And I didn't get the help that I needed. So the whole thing lasted for about a week. And when that emotional high wore off, I came back to myself. The damage was already done. I immediately fell into a deep depression. Though at the time I didn't even know it was depression. I thought God was punishing me for what had happened. And now I realize it was slightly a bipolar episode. And I started becoming more depressed more often after that. And I had suicidal ideation all throughout my young adult life. I contemplated taking my life many, many times. And the only thing stopping me from taking my life was the fear that God would send me to hell. I lost a lot of relationships because of what happened. And I was labeled as this crazy or weird person. I couldn't go back to church because I just felt so much shame. And every time I tried, I'd have panic attacks and I'd end up in the church bathroom just trying to collect myself. And for the longest time, I felt broken, like there must be something fundamentally wrong with me for this to have happened. I had to pretend that everything was okay, even though I was breaking down on the inside. And for 3 years, not a single day went by where I didn't think about what happened and feel absolutely terrible about it. Even now, I still feel sad when I think about it, mostly because I wish someone had just asked me if I was okay. My parents and the people who witnessed the whole thing never spoke to me about it till this day. And while I'm still working on it, I still feel some resentment toward them for not helping me when I needed it the most. I mean, I'm not blaming them. I love them. I love my parents, and they did the best they could, but they could have done better. And for a long time, I wasn't okay. And that's when I turned to pornography as a way to self-medicate and to distract myself from the pain. I struggled with it for years. But then I had an encounter with God, and I went on a really long process of submitting my whole life to Him. I didn't stop watching porn immediately, but the frequency did decrease. And by God's grace, I found your show, and I broke free from it. Last year, I finally went back to church, a different one, and I found a community of people who've become really good friends. It's taken me a lot of time to grieve and heal, and I think in many ways I'm still healing. I still get bouts of depression sometimes because life has not been easy on me. I'm thinking of getting therapy soon. So I hope sharing this today will be a starting point for me to open up to more people in my life. So yeah, no more hiding, because I believe shame loses its power when we bring it into the light. So yeah, thanks for listening.
Jerusha, I'm so proud of you. Are you kidding me right now? Like you are walking out the life that we literally pray for every person to walk out, is to step into the light, step out of the dark, live in the light, get used to the light, and invite others in. And you're on that journey.
Yeah.
And it's just to hear you articulate your story. Obviously, you know how highly we regard your vulnerability and the fact that it's not something that you owe to us or we could ever obligate you to. You give it to us out of the generosity of your own heart and the pain of your own story. But you literally give us more of you to love by you sharing it. And so many of us can identify with aspects of your story or the totality of your story, and that you allow a community to draw closer to you because you were brave enough to be vulnerable is something that I will not get used to if I got to do this show for 1,000 years. So thank you.
Thank you for saying that. Uncle Tim, I have a few questions. You
Please.
don't mind me asking?
Not at all.
I still struggle with some resentment towards people who didn't help me when I needed it the most.
Yes.
So like, how do I start working through that without becoming bitter? Because sometimes when I talk to my parents or when I communicate with them, it does show.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm still angry with them, even though it's been so many years since that happened.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think this is one of the things that has to get worked out in our process of therapy, right? Like, again, honoring parents does not exempt them, or let me say it another way. Honoring parents does not exempt us from being honest about our parents. We have to be able to hold the tension of the both and. And you said it as you shared your story, but I just want to reiterate. Your parents did the best they could, and they completely missed you. They did not protect you. They were not attuned to you. They did not show up for you. They didn't pick up on the signs in your behavior as a little girl. And these are all the things that attuned parents would pick up on. They missed you. And that's not only disappointing, not only is that sad, but that's also frustrating and angering.
Yeah.
And they didn't do it intentionally. And it's the experience you had. Two things can be true. Just because they didn't do it on purpose doesn't mean the experience that you had is invalid. They did the best they could. They missed some things. The result is you had to carry trauma, and possibly much more trauma than you would have carried if your parents had been paying attention.
Yeah.
So you process that not with them, because here's the thing about when you're on this journey of self-discovery and you start doing your self-work and you start doing your soul care, we're getting free from the inside out, and we would desperately love for everybody else that we love, both our family and our friends, to come on the journey with us. But we start getting these tools and we come back sometimes to our loved ones and they don't have these tools. So even when we bring it up, they don't even know how to respond.
Yeah.
Which all that's going to do is piss us off more and then put them on the defensive. And then it's going to be bad. So what you learn to do is, and this is the analogy that I've given several times, is when I take out my trash, I take it to the designated location, which is the curb. My physical garbage and rubbish goes to the curb. It's either in a green bin or a blue bin. In the same way, my emotional trash, my emotional trauma, I take it to my therapist. I don't drop that off at my parents' house. They don't know what to do with the trash.
Yeah.
All it's going to do is stink to them. But the trash collector, this is their job. They actually love trash. Without trash, they don't have a job. And really good therapists know how to help us sort through our emotional trash. The cool thing is some of the trash can be recycled. And some of it is garbage and it just needs to be thrown away. And they help us sort that. So you can still work out all the frustration you have with your parents without ever talking to your parents. Heck, without your parents ever even knowing that you talked about them. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, because I've been struggling with wanting to tell them about it, but I just never had the confidence to do it because I I don't know how to talk to them about it still.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
Very understandable. Yeah, my recommendation would be to sort it out with a therapist first. That way, if you ever feel like, you know what, I am going to tell them, when you sit down and have that conversation, it won't be to get a response for them. It would just be to inform them.
Yeah.
And you want to have that conversation when their response doesn't matter. Obviously, we have a response that we desire, right? We would love to hear them, talk about how devastated they are and how they wish they would have known sooner, and I'm so sorry that you've been living with. We would love for them to be emotionally intelligent enough to have the right response that we would love to hear. But if you do your work right, you won't need their response. But you're also giving them back part of the narrative that belongs to them. As your child, you should know this and this happened to me on your watch. If you would like my therapist number, just let me know. You can meet with her as well, or you can meet with him as well.
Uncle Tim, how do I know if I've truly forgiven someone, especially when I still feel hurt by what they did or didn't do? Like, I keep praying to God to help me to forgive, but I don't know if I've actually forgiven them because I still feel so angry when I see them, and like it's been really hard on me.
Yeah, understandable. Please, please, understand that forgiveness is not forgetfulness. And you can forgive and not forget. You can forgive and still feel the sting of what this person did when you see them.
Mm.
Forgiving doesn't mean you don't have any emotion. It just means you've released yourself and you've released them from the offense. But it does not mean we can forget. Only God can forget. And he's sovereign, because I don't even know how you do it. I don't even know how he does it. I mean, I know he said it. I don't know how he does it. I have no clue how a sovereign God that knows the beginning from the end and is in the past, the present, and the future all at the same. I have no idea how that God forgets stuff or chooses not to remember. I don't know where this sea of forgetfulness is. I don't know how he does what he does, but he's sovereign, so I believe he can do whatever he wants. I can't. You can't. We're limited.
Yeah.
So forgiveness is the act of, I love God enough and myself enough to release this person from what they did to me. What they did hurt. I still feel the pain, but they are forgiving. I don't hold it against them. I don't hold it over their head. I love them with the love of God. I am commanded to love. I am not commanded to like. Don't have to like this person. Also, let me say, forgiveness is not reconciliation. Forgiveness is simply forgiveness. Reconciliation is the act of two wheels, not one. Both parties have to want it. And if both parties don't want it, it is okay. You are forgiven, and we're never going to lunch again. You are forgiven, and you're not invited to the next birthday party. You're forgiven, and there still might be some consequences. So I hope that helps.
Yeah. Thank you so much for saying that. Um, I just want to ask another question. Like, is it possible to fully heal from something that still feels like it's still a part of who you're supposed to be? Or do I just have to wait until I see Jesus again?
Would it be hard for you to ask your question a different way?
Is it possible to fully heal from something like that? Or will I only be fully healed when I meet the Lord, you know?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Define fully heal. What does fully heal mean to you?
Mm, Just like feeling complete freedom from it, not having to feel so sad whenever I think about it. I don't know.
The answer is yes. That can absolutely happen. Because a fully integrated, fully metabolized story about our trauma and what has happened to our bodies, to our minds, to our souls, yes, there is a time when you won't feel sad, where you can share your story and not cry. where it is fully integrated into your life and you understand that it happened to you, but you are not what happened to you? The answer is yes. It's the reason why I can talk about my sexual abuse. I can retell the story without reliving the story. So if that's what you're talking about, absolutely yes. I always like to ask because sometimes we have expectations that are unrealistic. And there's a lot of people think freedom means I never have a thought again. I'm never tempted again. I can never be re-triggered. That's not freedom. Freedom is this is no longer an obstacle big enough that gets in the way that I do my daily life. It's a scar. It's not a wound. I can live with this. I have a scar on my index finger, left hand, index finger. It looks like it's about 2.5 inches long. And I cut my finger open with a Ginsu knife washing dishes while talking to Maida Gomez on the phone. I'll never forget it as long as I live. I cut that thing so exact and so deep that I saw the bone before the blood came. It was a surreal thing. And I had to get stitches on it. And I have a scar there. I can talk about this scar. I can point to it. I know exactly where it is. I can press on it. It doesn't hurt. Obviously, there's scar tissue there, but it doesn't hurt at all. When we fully integrate the traumatic episodes of our lives into the overall story of our lives and we heal in those ways, all of our trauma becomes scars that we get to show the rest of the world. What I could not do is 3 days after this cut is press on it and talk about it like I'm talking now, because I would be in massive pain and I would start crying. So the answer is yes.
Thank you so much, Uncle Tim. This has been so helpful. It feels like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
Listen, this is the type of weightlifting I'm into. The skinny kid from Inglewood lifts weights. They're not physical. They're emotional. That's I was put on the earth to do this, and it's been my pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening. I love you so much, Uncle Tim.
I love you too. Thank you for staying up late to be on the call.
Yeah, it's currently 12:30 a.m. I had to drink 4 cups of coffee for this. I went to pee like 5 times and my mouth is like super dry right now.
Well, girl, drink some water and have a great night's sleep. I love you so much, Jerusha.
Love you.
Can I just say thank you to Huli and Derek and Hector real quick?
Of course. Please.
Yeah, hi Derek, hi Hector, hi Huli. Thank you so much for everything that you do. I love you guys so much. I pray for you and your families every day. God bless you all.
Thank you.
Love you, sis. Thank you.
If you want to do another encouragement, it's $20. So
Oh
you
my
can send that
gosh.
to the Upset the World
Hector.
Cash App now, and on you. Go ahead.
Can't. Thank you. Thank you so much, Drusha.
Yeah, thank you, Drusha.
For your kind
Hector.
encouragement.
Hector
I
deflecting.
love you guys so much.
We love
Thanks
you.
for letting me be on the call.
We love you so much.
Love you so
Drusha.
much.
Have a happy Friday,
Have a
okay?
happy Friday.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
Good
I love
night.
you. Good
It's
night. Send the
Friday over
money.
there. We're in the future.
We're in the
In the
future.
Dude, we're so rich.
Hector's so wild.
You ready for another call?
Hey, I literally want to do. I want that shirt. We lift weights.
Oh, that was a bar. That
We
was
lift
a bar.
weights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Locked in. We're sending that to
Yeah,
Drew. We're
yeah.
texting it
We,
to Drew right now.
yeah. We lift weights. We lift weights. We lift weights. We lift weights. And then it could just be like somebody pressing the word emotional.
And the dumbbells are like clocks since it's like weight because you got to wait.
Whatever.
That's Jew.
Let's cook. I'm with it. Let's just get it.
You got a lot of hitters, man. You've been blessing us.
Oh yeah.
You've been blessing us.
I like it a lot.
A lot.
I love this beat, dude. Father God, protect me from the enemy. Yeah, and anoint me with your serenity, your everlasting graces. Allow me to seek your face and allow me to win the race at a record-breaking pace. And in case you haven't heard, don't know what's occurred, you obstructed and blurred, your salvation's assured. Your salvation's been secured by the spilling of Christ's blood. But it isn't what it was. Stupid is what stupid does, but nothing but love from the Father from up above. When enough's enough, his calling's for all of us. Cause that's just what he does, make no mistake. And nobody can hide when it's time for judgment of faith. The Old Testament, written in a New Day song. Thought it was coming on a horse, but it was here all along. The New Testament, written in a New Day song. Thought it was coming on a horse, but it was here all along. So if you feel it, God bless you. You can't think it's cool. Please believe the Lord loves you still, cause that's how he do. He didn't only give his life for me, he died for you too. And resurrected on the third day to prove it was true. Hey.
What are you trying to do, Derek? What you
Derek-
trying to do?
Derek's album is coming out on Good Friday.
Good Friday. Derek Santiago from the SD 619 coming out soon.
Was that on the fly?
No, that was a little something that I had.
That's so dope.
A little
it
something
was.
That's
that I
so
had.
dope.
Yeah.
Something that I had.
Tim, would you like another phone call?
Do we have one queued up?
There isn't one queued up.
And don't worry about it.
But it's easy to get them on, is what I'm saying. I just know there's not a lot of time left.
Yeah, I don't like it when it's again.
Yes.
We got certain days where we can get through 5 in a day.
Yeah.
Today was 2,
Today was
and that's okay.
Yeah.
Again, that's okay, y'all. Like we here every day.
Yeah.
We're here every day, and it's really good. Now, if you find somebody and they're like, hey, I don't have a long thing to unpack, I'm cool with that right now. But I like to, when you don't know, I just don't want to put people in a situation where they feel like they got to rush through. They've waited for a long time and now they got to rush through. Like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like putting people up against that wall. But we do this every day. And whether we get through 5 or we get through 2 or we get through 1, like, we gonna be here. We gonna be here. I need to wash my hair. Lord have mercy, it's over.
Oh my God.
He said it's over.
It's over. I need to come. Let me see if what is my sister-in-law doing? I need my hair washed.
Worse.
Where's she at?
Tim, have you heard of the AI music generator called Suno?
Suno?
Yes.
What does it do?
It first was brought to my attention by Timberland, the producer.
Uh-huh.
It creates music, AI generated music. You give it prompts, it creates music for you.
Mm-hmm.
So what he was doing was he was uploading his beats and like giving it prompts of like, hey, I want a song, a female vocalist to sound like this, using these words, make it about this, and it creates music on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be opposed to having Suno create some like AI music for here just to trip out on it and to like?
I'm not opposed to that.
Suno's crazy, dude.
Sounds scary.
It literally is because the songs are fire.
Oh my God.
The songs are fire.
They gotta stop.
So we do have someone that's willing and down. They responded to your call.
Bring them out. Bring them out.
Bring 'em
It's
out
hard to
now.
yell when the barrel's in your mouth.
Halisa,
Boom,
you
boom,
are on
boom.
with Tim Ross. Welcome to Wide Open Super Speed segment, and go.
Not super speed segment. Halisa, hola. Oh, Halisa. I love your hair.
thank you. I look a little crazy today.
No, I remember you.
Cute.
Yeah, we talked about like what it means to be unequally yoked, what it means like to be a man of God, all that stuff.
Yeah, girl, I remember your face. What's going on?
Like, you're gonna be so upset with me. You're gonna be disappointed with me.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel so nervous. I was nervous last time too, but I was trying to like play it cool. But so since we spoke last, me and my boyfriend, we're talking about marriage. We're going to see a venue, all this stuff. He hasn't proposed yet.
Okay.
Which I'm like, it's a little crazy. We went ring shopping, all this stuff. So I think he's planning.
Okay.
Because he has the ring, he knows the size, and he's like, I'm in the call. This is my coworker, sorry.
No, it's all good.
But it's Abby.
Hi, Abby.
But yeah. I always play you on our lobby.
Oh, wow. You got a lot of liberty
conversation.
playing us in the lobby.
Yeah, in the lobby. I'm surprised my boss hasn't said anything like what's going on, but whatever.
Whatever.
So yeah, like whatever, we're looking, and we had decided he was always coming over. I'm a single mom. He helps a lot with my son. And since now my ex-husband has a new partner, he said to not message him about our son unless he's in the hospital. So I was like, wow, like that hurt for a little while. But I forget the person in the chat that really like encouraged me, like, you know, you have this man here that's doing all the things, so just like appreciate what you have, because I had dealt with like, why couldn't you just get it together? Like with my ex-husband. So I was dealing with that. But so to go back to it, he's moved in now because he brought his cars and all this stuff. He helps with everything, and we've talked future, and we were abstaining, but I have folded, like we'll be good for like a month, and then we'll fold for like a day.
Got it.
And then we're like, bro, we gotta like keep it up, so we'll be good, and then it'll be like one off. And when we decided to move in, I was like, look, I really didn't want to move in before getting a ring, but if we are going to move in, then we need to at least set up a jar or an account so that we're planning for a wedding, like prepping for a wedding. And he's like, okay, like if that's what you need to see like something visual to know that this is happening and I'm not just talking out of my butt, like let's do it. So we've been doing that, and we're looking at venues and all this stuff. And I'm just getting like a little nervous because I'm like, oh, am I really going to be a wife again? Like, I didn't think that I would find someone with his qualities. Like, we're not perfect, but we've been going to counseling still together. Him individual, me individual, and then together as well for the last 6-7 months that we've been together. So yeah, but I want to call so I can just hang out with you guys, and that's just my update right now.
Okay, that's your update. So, what part did you say I was going to be disappointed about?
Because you were like, you know, lock it up, close them legs. Yeah.
All right. So, how many times have y'all folded?
Since I can't remember when we spoke last, but I know that it was like for a good month and a half, and then we folded like within that week, like 3-4 times. And then now we're good. Now it's been 2-3 weeks, like of nothing.
So you got a jar for the wedding. The wedding is the event.
Yes, the wedding is the event, and I told him about that too. I'm like, we already doing married things. Like, we could just go to
the justice
you know,
of the
like
peace,
courthouse, all that stuff. Yeah.
And what did he say?
He's still caught up on like, no, I want to do the nice thing for you. I don't want to rush it. I want to have the proposal. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to ask your dad. My mom loves him. My mom be texting me like, my mom is a single mom. My dad is in Texas. So my mom was like, I love him. You better treat him right. And I'm like, what the heck? Because my mom didn't even say that about my ex-husband. So
all right. So can I be your big brother right now?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna be your big brother. Okay. And obviously Abby must be your homegirl because you just letting her You just letting her.
Yeah.
You just letting her
Yeah.
ear hustle on the whole freaking thing.
I'm an open
Like
book.
you're
Yeah.
clearly you are. Like right, you
Yeah.
play us in the lobby, right? All right,
Yeah.
so bro is saying, I'm talking as your big brother right now, okay? Bro is
Yeah.
saying he wants to give you the full experience, and he wants to give you the wedding, and he wants to go ask for
He
your.
more wants the wedding because he's like, I haven't been married before. You've been married before.
Okay, got it, right? So he wants the event, right? He wants the event, and he wants to go ask your dad's hand in marriage and do all this traditional stuff, right? But he moved in and he's knocking you down.
That's what I told him, I'm like, because he says, it feels soon. Like, I know it's not, it doesn't feel soon to him. But then, like, when he starts thinking about, oh, is it too soon? We've only been together 6-7 months. And I'm like, but it's too soon.
But he moved in.
To want to come to, like, he's like, oh, one of my goals is I want to go to my son's, like, one of his parent teacher conferences. And he's the one that calls out, let's say, because I have called out a lot. Like, my son has Down syndrome.
Okay.
So if he has a lot of appointments and stuff, like, I can't always be calling out. And the dad doesn't really do nothing. So he's like, I'll take PTO and all that. So I'm like, you're willing to do all of this, but then it's crazy to get married. And then then it comes up his trauma with, like, his parents, like, they haven't had a good marriage. And he's like, but then we could be the people that break the cycle. And I was like, yes, absolutely. So he goes back and forth in his own head too. But then he's like excited to go see these venues and excited to, like, plan, like, the proposal. And he's like, how am I going to get you away from your phone? Type of thing. Like, he'd be back and forth in his brain. That makes sense?
It makes perfect sense to me. I'm just trying to figure out why you keep giving this cookie to this man, and he don't want to buy the cookie shop.
Yeah. I think what gets me every time is, like, when I'm home, it's the actions, the acts of service.
I know it. This is listen.
That gets me. No, I'm not saying that's an excuse. It's
No.
not an excuse.
No. I'm agreeing with you. A man that is literally showing up, providing, helping, and assisting, and loving, and being there for you.
Because I'd be bugging out sometimes, and he's like,
he's a safe place. You trust him. All the things. Of course, you're a woman. This is the way you're wired. If he's giving you these things, then that's when you want to open up. Of course, I'm not mad at you.
Oh.
All I'm saying is, this dude is getting the full package, and there ain't no done. Like, cool.
Yeah.
Listen. If he wants the experience of an event, but if he
and I told him, we do that. Let's do that. Let's plan
you can do all of that, but he needs to put a ring on his finger.
And that's what I have told him. And I think he's on the way. I don't know. He's not going to tell me when he buys it. He's not going to tell me.
Well, listen, I already know it's so much more difficult. That's why I told you in the last call, it's so much more difficult to stop having sex when you start having sex.
Yes.
Right? And and you've been off and on, y'all go good, and you fold, girl. Listen, wrap that thing up. Like, I hope he has a good memory of it, and he can have it again once y'all go to the JP.
Yeah, and he's not the type that's like, oh, I can't believe we can't do it. He's like, no, we can't be doing this. Like, he's like, I know how you feel about it. So it's not like he's not understanding or is not like.
Yeah, y'all just got casual.
Where it's coming from.
Yeah. Y'all got casual, and it's time to reestablish the boundaries and tell bro this ain't rocket science. Like, I ain't mad at him. I know he wants to. I know he's trying to have, like, the romantic image, especially if he hasn't been married before. But tell him to stop playing.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm not saying he's like childish. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? His kind of double-mindedness right now, and like all this stuff. Like, if y'all figure that out, y'all already living together. Just go to the JP and get this done.
Yeah, and I think I'm just nervous because I'm like, well, like, am I ready to be a wife again? I mean, we're doing all the things already.
That's
I
fine.
guess it's my own.
But this is the bypass, right? This is the bypass for people that are scared of commitment for whatever reason, right? Let's just play house instead of building a house.
Yeah.
Right? Because if we play house, at least we can say, oh, we was just playing. But if we build a house, we got to pay the damn mortgage.
Yeah.
Right? And so I get it. It can be scary. I'm just saying it don't take like I think y'all already got each other figured out. I can understand after a previous marriage going, do I want that commitment again? I don't want to be divorced again. I can understand him on the other side. Like, I want to do this right. And I want to like he wants to be it sounds like he wants to be the honorable guy that asks for your father's hand in marriage and does everything right. And I can understand he wants to have it all right for you. But y'all's relationship didn't go in the order he planned. So like he needs to like let himself off the hook for like it didn't go in the structured order that he wanted to go. It's fine. Just go to JP, event later, live together now, have all the sex you want.
Total great. Because it ain't bad.
Amen. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. No, but
You get a chastity belt.
yeah. Get a chastity belt. I know. I tell him, get away. And I'll repeat to him, no ringy, no thingy. Or we'll play around. Like if he says like, oh, I got you a coffee. I'm like, stop playing. I'll put a baby in. But like, I don't want no babies. Like it's just a joke that we do.
Yeah,
Nah, girl, you playing with fire. You ain't joking.
Get the chastity
No,
belt.
I don't want. I've never had that.
Put a lock on it.
I respect. Like, I just too nervous. Like even when I got pregnant, that was not. I didn't know that was happening. So that's the story.
Nobody knows it's happening until they find out it happened.
I know. But how are you? How are you guys?
We chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
We just
Good.
chilling. I really love you, sis.
Oh,
Like
thank you.
I just love how open you are and vulnerable you are and like how practical you are.
Yep.
Yeah, my friends be like, sometimes you be too much, Lisa. You too much. And I'm like, too much for who?
Nah, you're
Yeah.
not too much. You're not too much.
Not at all.
What's going on with the comedy tour? Are you coming to Jersey or what?
I might come.
Or New York? That's fine too. I'll take the drive.
You know what? We got some. We do have some new dates coming up, but they're like still in the South. I think it's like Alabama and
Alabama.
I think. Why'd you say it like that? Is that how you think
I was like,
Alabamians
whoa.
talk?
Don't they have that accent though?
Yeah, they're down in Alabama.
But say it again. What did you say? What did you call it?
Alabama.
Alabama.
I don't know why. That's
You
That was
talking?
hilarious.
That's some crazy. I think those are some drunk country people that you hear in Alabama. Alabama. No, but we're chilling, sissy. We just doing what we do. You know, we just be sitting up here chilling.
Can I ask
I
what
love it.
part of Jersey are you from?
I'm from Perth Amboy.
Okay, we're far.
I know you mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cliffside Park. We're a little far. I'm just curious.
I want to move to Texas though. I
Do
really
it, girls. Best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, my dad
Jersey's
lives
different.
in like McKinney.
Nice.
So I always went over there for the summers, and I wanted to live there, but then I had my mom over here, and I felt like I had to parent her a little bit. She had kids when she was young, so I was like, I
gotcha.
have to stay for mom.
I hear you, sis. Well, you
Yeah,
got a
I'm
fam here in Texas.
Amen.
So you do want to
Yes.
you do want to marry this guy, or you like dating? Like you'd rather just date?
No, I want to marry him. I would marry him tomorrow.
Okay,
like if he
Tim,
asked me, I told him.
Are
She could marry him today at like 4:32.
Today,
que-
yeah. I mean,
question,
I get
Tim.
out at 5:30.
is
I'll call-
are
I'll do
ultimatums
that.
manipulation?
Abby got me.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, what was that?
So ultimatums are manipulation.
Yes.
And if we
Oh
do
yeah,
that,
no. I don't.
but if we do
wanna-
that, will it be a sin? Like we couldn't just mess around,
I
see
can't
what
just-
happens.
Yeah, I.
Tim?
No, I can't.
What?
I can't.
I'm asking just for the sake if it by technicality it's not a sin, we could do a little ultimatum on bro, just for fun.
Like what kind?
Tim's
What would
face
that look
is
like?
Yeah. What kind of ultimatum are you doing?
No, I'm submitting
Like
it to
marry
you.
me
So.
or else?
Yeah, something like that. You could be like, I'm moving to Texas, and you got to lock in, daddy.
I'm moving to Texas and you got to lock in, daddy. Wow.
Hector's so crazy, but I love it.
Hector said, I'm
his
moving to
margins.
Texas and you need to lock in, daddy. That
Yeah.
I don't know if that's I don't think that's an ultimatum. That sounds like a declaration.
The last one, he was like, I can't believe you told people I beat my meat. And I was like, but people know what I mean. It's not, he's just
Listen,
more.
any man that gets with you has to know that ain't nothing safe.
Yeah, nothing, like, no. I'm just I try not to put people's business, but like even with him, like I asked all the invasive questions in the beginning.
It should
I was
like
waste time. Like I'm like, let's get to know each other. Like, what's your intention, type of thing. I have a kid too, so I'm not just bringing anybody around my kid.
for sure.
Heck no.
Absolutely.
My
Absolutely.
son means the world to me. So
All right,
and
okay.
my son loves him too. So
I'm gonna reiterate. Wrap that thing back up. And not for like no 1 or 2 weeks, sissy. Like if listen, y'all are already here. Like, just get married. Let's stop playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think I should approach that? I've approached it before.
Just let them watch the pod. Don't even just sit down with them and be like, just sit down with them and be like, oh yo, I took a call today. Remember I took that call last time. I took another one. Let's sit down and watch it.
Tell him to call in.
What if he
Yeah,
says
that'd be
he's
fun.
feeling like if me talking about it makes him feel like rushed or pressured? Even though I explained to him, like, I don't understand how you feel rushed or pressured when you're already doing the husband things. Like, and he's like, what if I'm not a good husband? What if I'm this? What if I'm that? I'm like, but you are though. Like, you know, you're already doing the husband things.
Like, I understand the self-doubt and the fear and all that kind of stuff.
And
the
all that.
financial stuff. But like, marriage is about like you figure this stuff out together. Hey bro, let me just look in this camera. Make sure you show him this part. All right, homie. You're dating my sister, okay? And she loves you. And you're clearly a good man, because she wouldn't have just any dude around her son. You've moved in. You got your stuff there. Not only you're being a good man to my sister, you're also being a really good man to her son. You're taking him to appointments. You're being present. You're doing all the things. It's great. Now, my sister also tells me that y'all are having sex. Obviously, I have a problem with that, being that y'all are not married. I'm sure that there's some fears, there's some concerns that you have. I understand that you want to have a wedding, you want to do it right, you want to ask for Pop's permission to marry her, all those things. That's fine and dandy. That's respectable. But if you're living together and you having sex, something that y'all both know y'all shouldn't be doing right now, y'all have tried to keep a boundary, but y'all have folded on that boundary a few times, all I'm telling you, homie, is that you are 98% where you want to be for the rest of your life with this woman, if that's what you really want to do. I don't mind you having trepidation. I don't mind you having fear. There is no couple that gets married that doesn't fear the unknown, that doesn't have what-if scenarios that they run through their mind. Will I be a good wife? Will I be a good husband? Will we be good parents? Will we always have money? Will we always stay in love? Like, all that kind of stuff. That's all fine and dandy. And once you know, you know. So stop playing with her. And I'm not saying you're doing it on purpose, but like the back and forth got to stop, bro. It ain't no pressure. It's just like, if you know she's the one, wrap it up. Because y'all continuing, like, the thought of you still having sex with her and y'all ain't married, this is not good for my brain. So make your decision and then go down to the JP, and then you can have your event when you fill up that jar. That's it. Now y'all have your conversation that you're supposed to have after you press pause or turn this off. But I love you, and I know you love Jaleesa, and y'all figure it out. Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Show him that. Just scrub to that part. Let that be for him and tell him to make it happen.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
I love you, girl.
I love you so much. You have no idea.
I love you, girl.
I love all of you.
We love you, Abby.
You're awesome.
If you ever need anything, just holler at us, okay?
Yeah. I always get her watching. We have great conversation.
I love it. I love it. Y'all have a great day.
Love
You
y'all.
too. Bye.
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 That was great.
Derek, do you want to
That
explain
was
what just
awesome.
happened?
She's fun.
Yeah.
She's
Oh,
fun.
she's really dope, and so is Abby.
Yeah.
So Suno, I stepped out real quick, created a wide open song on the AI, just like in the time that you did this. Trip out on this. And this is the like bare bones version of it. So expectation, don't put them too high.
You already made a song?
Yo, I got a country
go.
version too, but we're gonna do the
Let's
hip hop
go.
We have
version.
a country version?
Yeah, but we're doing this version first.
Wide open, Tim Ross anthem. And Derek, please clarify. This is not Tim's voice, right?
No. This is like a male hip hop. We did an up tempo. We gave it some prompts, but we said to make a song about wide open.
All right. Here we
Okay.
go. Let's get it.
Ooh.
Wide open doors, no locks, no gate. Intersection of faith, where cultures relate. Tim's got the mic, preaching raw, no fake. Vulnerabilities the wave, let the truth shake. We wide open, hearts wide open. Breaking down walls, chains are broken. Got the realness, no need for posing. Faith and culture collide with
There goes the verse.
Truth in the open like a breeze from the west. No facade, no filter, just giving my best. Tim's the captain, steering where others detest. At the crossroads of soul where the realness is wide open, hearts wide open. Breaking down walls, chains are broken. Got the realness, no need for posing. Faith and culture collide with chosen. From the pulpit to the street, everybody can vibe. Words hitting deeper than the ocean's high tide. Transparency's the calling from dark, we arise. Faith sharp like a sword, no disguise, no lies. Tim's new show, lighting fires in the shadows. Cutting through the noise, breaking past all the battles. Telling it like it is raw truth, no shackles at the intersection. Let the spirit on. We ride wide open, hearts wide open. Breaking down walls, chains are broken. Got the realness, no need for posing. Faith and culture collide with chosen. We ride wide open, hearts wide open. Breaking down walls, chains are broken. Got the realness, no need for posing. Faith and culture collide with chosen.
Break it down then.
Oh, is this an open verse?
Wide open. No, it's
Truth
like
in the open like a breeze from the west. No facade, no filter, just giving my best. Tim's the captain, steering where others detest. At the crossroads of soul where the realness is blessed. From the pulpit to the street, everybody can vibe. Words hitting deeper than the ocean's high tide. Transparency's the calling from dark, we arise. Faith sharp like a sword, no disguise, no lies. Tim's new show, lighting fires in the shadows. Cutting through the noise, breaking past all the battles. Telling it like it is raw truth, no shackles at the intersection. Let the spirit unravel.
Suno AI crazy.
No, that's crazy, dude. AI is creepy.
Hey, yo. Salin said it's giving AI Easter service.
It really is. It's NF dropping. Hey, we have
Oh
a country
my
version. You want to
gosh.
hear the country
Gosh.
version?
That reminds me so much of Avengers Assemble,
You wanna hear
the
country-
cartoon.
You want to hear the country
Oh,
version?
yeah, it was
Similar.
giving that, wasn't it?
We're doing the country version. We're locked in. We got
Oh, wait. Derek, what is this? Maybe a little... Hold on. We're coming back. The
No.
Lord is good. The Lord is good.
Derek, what is this? That's
Hey, AJ.
Open skies.
You want? I'm sorry, you had someone.
Oh, it's 12:01.
Oh!
Can't listen to it. It's 12:01.
Tim, please.
Hit the button.
What a complete-
Hey, we can't go to
Oh my God, look at the time. Oh my God. We would have listened to the country version, but since they won't acknowledge Beyonce, we won't acknowledge them. Hey,
There's Trevor.
we gotta go. We gotta go home. I'm Timothy Charles Ross. That's Hector Alexander Guerrero. This is Derek Santiago. That is Juliana Buendia Karlovich. Baby Karlovich. The lower wave is crazy. Peace.